Okay.
Hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits. Coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. I
USA.
Say that with a straight face. The sun is back. Hey everyone, this is Liza, and the word of the day is potentiometer. Get to that in a second. But let's get to who is here with us in the studio, and I like this new feature, and who isn't.
Yeah.
Meaning who's running late. All right, with his mouth full, joining us, it is award-winning Mike.
Yeah, what's up? This is Mikey Rocket.
You got some little mayonnaise on your lip.
You sure it's mayonnaise?
You know, we should set up that drum set and have a drum off with you.
Yo, for real, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, why'd you put that thing in the goddamn hole?
Let's see, also on the Classy Girl couch tonight, it's Miss Emma.
Aloha, darlings.
Hello.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here.
It was a good day.
It was a good day. I showed up a little late.
Yeah, there was a dogfight.
Yeah, there was.
It was scary.
Yeah, little.
Well, I mean, the noise coming out of
about-
that tiny
We'll
dog
get
was
to that.
biblical.
Two ugly girls,
I
or
have no idea what you do.
My God, Mike!
Well, you could say that. They're both.
If that's the case, Emma won.
Oh,
That's
not
mean.
fair.
No. You
That's
brought
very
the
mean.
dog to the fight.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I saved that one.
Yeah, you did.
On the board tonight, it's Stumpy John.
Shamalama ding dong.
And we have another video that you did that we're going to be releasing that, once again, has Miss Stumpy on it.
It does. Always happy to have Miss Stumpy in my life.
I just can't help feel like that's a nickname for something else.
That's for me to know and you to not know.
she's very sweet. How dare you, Liza?
All right. And joining us from sunny Veneta, Oregon, it's Bagel.
Don't need nothing but a good time. How can I resist?
There you go.
That's very nice, Bagel. How is the weather in Veneta, Oregon this evening?
It's actually a little chilly, but fairly clear at the moment, which is nice.
Is there
we've had-
frost on the ground?
There was this morning. It was everywhere.
Oh, dear.
But we've had a couple of dry days, which is a really nice change because we've had nothing but wet for a while now.
Bagel's nipple stays so hard he can cut glass. Should have stayed in sunny Santa Cruz.
Good.
Bagel should have stayed in sunny Santa Cruz.
Good Lord.
How do you think Miss Emma cuts plexiglass?
It's true. She doesn't need a plasma welder.
Tra-la-la.
Good day in the garage today. It was family day. We had Mean Megan and her 2 babies now. Boy, you go from 1 to 2 and now suddenly 1 is loose and causing chaos.
With a WD-40 can.
Is this a new version of N+1?
Yeah. Give a toddler a bottle of WD-40. Just sit back and watch the fun. Oh, yeah. He was helping everyone out with their bikes.
Spraying him on the tires and shit.
No rust to be found anywhere.
I cleaned your tires.
And then Little the Chihuahua challenged Electric Terry's dog Charger, the Husky, to a duel.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Boy, she held her ground, baring teeth, and like snapped a Charger, who
my God.
then Charger just kind of leapt onto her and started screaming. Emma thought like a child was being mauled.
No, well, there were tiny children at the garage,
Yeah.
which I'm not used to. And I saw this big kerfuffle and this just yelling, and I thought Charger had got hold of a child.
Yeah, Little the Chihuahua screams like a little girl. It was scary. But turns out everyone was okay. Because apparently Chihuahuas also scream, just like a younger sibling. They scream like you're killing them just when you look at them wrong. You know what I mean? Every little sibling knows that trick. Mom!
My sister still does that. She's 48.
Yeah. So, but a lot of fun and excitement, people, stuff going on. Emma, you showed up to the garage with an interesting bike today.
I did indeed.
Beautiful bike.
I would even say it's a fine specimen.
Wait, we differ. we differ slightly on the outcome, but it's so. I spoke to a gentleman earlier this week, who had visited the Jameson Museum looking for a home for his bike.
Oh,
He's 90 and retired from motorcycling, and he was looking to donate this bike, and the Jameson's full. And besides, old man Jameson has shuffled off his mortal coil.
wait, what?
When was this?
Neil Jameson.
Oh, really?
What?
I'm so sorry. Neil passed on a couple of months ago.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't
you
hear
didn't
that.
tell us.
I thought I did. Oops.
No. Hey, joining us
to hear
now,
that.
it's Naked Jim.
Hey, what's happening? Great to be here.
You knew this?
Yeah, we talked about this a while back.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
This
know.
just came
No,
up during conversation.
forgive me. Yeah, and I mean,
I thought it was common knowledge
yeah,
too.
it's one of those things that you think is common knowledge, but clearly isn't. So anyway, the future of the museum is solid for now. But I mean, you asked me if the museum's going to be there in a year. I'll say, of course it is. Ask me if it's still going to be there in a decade. I'm like, I'm not sure.
Who's running it?
It's being run by one of the docents, Mario, who's a very, very good fellow.
Good.
And it's open most weekends. So anyway, this gentleman, Richard, came in looking for a home for his bike, and Mario said, look, the museum's full. Give Emma a call, and she'll take care of you. So he gave me a call. And initially, I've got to be honest, I'm like, oh, God, I don't want this thing. And then he kind of insisted, and he said, look, you need to come and have a look at this thing. And I'm glad I did. So it's not my favorite bike from the 70s. It's Yamaha XS 1100.
But it's beautiful.
Big, burly, shaft drive, underpowered, wobbly handling.
Let's chop it.
And
Well, Henry fixed the gas tank, too.
It says, "I am a motorcycle. Hear
Right.
me roar." It's a beast of a looking motorcycle.
It is a big thing. So Richard bought it brand new and did about 29,000 miles on it. He actually admitted today, I collected it before I came here, that it has never been over 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
That was how fast he went on it.
That looks like a motorcycle if you like attach 1980s to it.
Right.
Well,
But,
Battlestar
but
Galactica.
Emma, you're holding
Yeah.
back on the best part of it.
I'm holding back on the worst
The
part. of it.
saddlebags are
It's
awesome.
the best part.
So it's the touring model.
Yes.
So it has the factory full fare,
Yes. With
which looks like an incredibly ugly windjammer. A CB.
Yeah, CB.
It's got a CB AM FM built-in
Yes.
speakers. It's
Wow.
got saddlebags, hard saddlebags with chrome rails around
yes,
them.
the chrome rails are amazing.
Crash bars front and rear, cruising pegs. The accessories,
Sissy bar, luggage rack.
The accessories alone add £200 to the weight.
But here's the thing: like I was just looking at like the trim on the side of the fairing.
Yes.
Not a single scratch. This thing hasn't even
No, it's
touched
never
the
been.
wall.
No,
let alone the ground.
it's never been down its entire life.
the-
It really is in remarkable
the
condition.
fairing, the plexiglass has no spider cracking in it
No.
at all. This thing has been kept indoors. The paint is great, and this is why it's. I mean, the chrome on the luggage is pristine.
Well, the chrome everywhere is absolutely superb.
This is
I mean,
why
it's
I'm
as
so
a
stoked.
new bike.
Normally, you're pulling this stuff off, but when it's in that pristine a condition with all the bells
Well,
and whistles, I'm like, this is amazing.
I will concede
It's
that.
like a time capsule.
I will concede that if I was going to keep it, which I am not, I would take all the stuff off and preserve the stuff somewhere else and not on the bike. Because it in England,
You mean on eBay?
yes, probably. They were naked and a better bike for it. Yeah. So if I was keeping the bike, I'd have to source a couple of headlight ears and a headlight bucket and some front turn signals, and then off you go.
Well, like I've said, I think it's beautiful, and there were others who agreed with me.
And others who
that it's
disagreed.
perfect the way that it is.
Well, I mean, it does have quite a period charm, but God, it's big and awkward and heavy. It really is.
It seemed like it had a fairly low seat height, though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, and you can make them lower. You can take an inch out of the foam on the seat, and you can put a shorter shock on the back and really get the ass end down on the deck. And they're quite fun. I mean, it's a big, heavy thing, but they ride like an absolute Cadillac.
Well, you know who's not quite ready for it yet, but who did get a lesson this weekend?
Who?
Freya.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's
Mike.
a rock star.
Yeah.
You enrolled Freya in a riding class.
Yes.
In a dirt bike riding class.
Yeah.
She's how old?
4.
Yeah. And she basically has her little electric strider. That's the extent of her riding, right?
Yeah, she knows how to walk.
Yeah.
That's the extent of her experience.
So how did she do?
Well, she did as expected. I mean, she was the youngest person there.
Yeah.
And
I mean, a lot of kids haven't learned to ride a 2-wheel bike yet by that
yeah,
age.
she can't ride a bicycle. She doesn't. She doesn't have a bicycle because she can't. She doesn't know how to do it.
So what bike did they put her on?
Yamaha 50,
Yeah.
little 50cc, and she did really good.
She have to shift or no?
No, she didn't have to. She didn't get that far, but really, like for me, the concept was like getting her on a gas-powered bike,
Yeah.
and feeling the weight, and then like also registering the centrifugal force is kind of similar to the electric so far. And she kind of got that, but every time she'd stop, I mean, it was a perfect height for her. She's relatively taller than Arya, but every time she would stop, the weight would be there, and then boom, literally.
like me and the Africa twins.
Sounds like Liza.
No, literally every single time she stopped, boom. But the crazy thing was she's so used to wearing her gear and having low speed, just kind of tip overs and falls that she just sits there like a victim and waits for someone
just like me.
she's
I think
very
we found Liza's riding partner into old age.
at the very she's very much help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah.
But
Well, at the flat track, she crashed a couple of times. But at least she when she got up, she was right back on the bike.
yeah, that's the most surprising thing to me, because I've been kind of curating her experience. And my wife says manipulating, but I say strategically.
Is that when you're riding behind her, yelling direction at her on the laps?
Yes.
No, yeah. Okay.
No, exactly. That's exactly what I do. Because I do the same thing at our house. I have a little course set up, and I'll be on the BMX behind her, shouting.
So you manipulate her at home as well?
No. I'm using strategy.
Yeah.
So-
stratagems.
I saw a little video that you posted.
Yeah,
She was riding.
Oh, cool.
She
Oh,
was
yeah.
like,
Proper riding. She's
Proper riding.
proper riding a motorcycle at 4.
yeah, proper riding.
That's awesome.
That's good because we need some younger people here before too
Yeah,
long.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting older here.
Yeah.
And was she a little intimidated by the whole process? Or
Not at all.
She loved it.
Not at all. So part of what I was saying is I've been curating the thing is that we've been watching a lot of MotoGP. She has a Marc Marquez toy
Yes.
that she plays with, and then we watch the races, and we'll watch old ones where he's winning, so that she doesn't. You know what I mean?
Back
So he's
when
not
Marc
losing.
Marquez used to win races.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
Back then.
And then, so
He's
I
always
say,
been kind of a
Marquez-
douche, though.
But I don't know if you notice or if you ever watch her ride, her knees are straight out.
Yeah.
Because in her mind she's leaning over and she's gonna scrape ground, but I haven't really got to the point of telling her oh, you gotta put your foot out. But she did do that at the flat track. We're starting to implement that. But I'll be like Marquez behind her, and she gets all pumped up in race mode. And I also tell her she's a racer. Her team's Pink Fox or Pink Cheetah Race, and we're her pit crew. And I just pump her up, and she's all stoked on it.
She really is quite a feeless little Viking, isn't she?
Can I be on the pit crew of Pink Cheetah Race?
Yeah,
That sounds
Pink
awesome.
Cheetah Racer.
Do I get a Speedo
You can hold
and a
the
Glock?
umbrella.
I want a Speedo and a Glock.
Here's the thing: Marie got pissed off because she's like, "Oh, we were gonna get her pedal bike for Christmas," and I was like, "Yeah, fuck that bike. She can ride a motorcycle. Are you kidding me? Who gives a shit, dude? She can ride a motorcycle. Fuck the bike,
She had a KTM
And
250.
so I get her the bike, and I'm like, "This is perfect," because what my plan is to have her at Hollister, which we went to today, doing day trips, and by the spring, so I can take the trailer and bring her and the family.
Is that where you did the class?
No, it was up in Boulder Creek. The class is called Garahan's.
Oh,
and it
Yeah,
was
it's right by my house,
intro
yeah.
to track. Yeah, right up by the
Cool.
the big basin there.
right on.
So anyway, I take her around the house. We do a bunch of stuff, and the thing is, she didn't ride a pedal bike. The pedal bike she did have had training wheels on it, and forever we couldn't get her to She would kind of be I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, and the thing would tip a little bit, and she would sit there and just throw a fit. Well, meanwhile, Aria is like ripping around on anything you give her. So that's why Marie was like, "Oh, that's so stupid. You'd buy her an electronic bike." And I'm like, "Dude, I got this. I got a plan." So what I did was I showed her a bunch of bikes online that were pink, and I was like, "You want one of these? You want one of these? Here's what you got to do. I want that one." And I showed her all the gear, and she's 4 and she loves like colors and stuff. So I pumped her up, and I'm like accessories is all she's about. So I'm like, we can get all that stuff, but you got to prove to me that you can ride the pedal bike. So I took her pedal bike, I took off the training wheels, and I chopped all the stuff off of it. So I turned her actual pedal bike into a balance bike. And then she's ripping around on it, getting used to it for like 2 or 3 days. And then boom, I got her the electric Strider, which is full throttle, variable speed, and it's got a handbrake. So it kind of gives you that same kind of, you get the centrifugal force. It's low, for a step over, and then it also has the brake, which is really good, and I tightened it up. And then what I did was I set up courses, and I did brake markers at the house, but I set everything up like it's a game for a kid. And I say to her, if you could start braking at this piece of tape on the ground and finish your wheel by here 5 times in a row, you get a chocolate.
That's awesome.
Why is that funny?
I thought you were going to be like, I won't hit you with a coat hanger.
No, it works. So like she's like, and then part of it is while she's doing it, I'm like, look at my hand. You know what I mean? And I'll do like certain things that we do to get her head off of this in her hand, like the muscle memory, right? So once she started doing that and she stopped hitting my motorcycles in the garage, I took her outside and I moved all the vehicles down to the lower thing, and I set up lights and I put up like little like barriers, and then I would get her on and she would be walking with the bike and not want to use the power, but she was getting used to it, that bike and the brake. So I just like I'm training anyone on a motorcycle, first thing I teach them is where's the brake, how to brake. Because what's the worst thing that happens? Somebody gives too much throttle. They don't know what to do. They panic. The very least, let go, and you know where the brake is. And I always tell them it's better to hit something while you're slowing down than to lock up the brake, right? So that's kind of always my first thought is like, I don't want to see her 50 feet away from me ripping off and not knowing how to stop it. Yeah. So the first thing she learned was stopping. Yeah. She's going along, she's pedaling, and then I'd get on my BMX and be pumping behind her, telling her stuff like, Marquez, he's coming around turn 2, he's coming around 3, like, and every time she'd fall over, I had this red light, and I would pretend I'm the ambulance and just make it fun,
That's
and,
cool.
And then we'd have little Aria running around. We call her like the rabbit, like how the dogs chase the rabbit, and I'd be like, I call her the fox because she's got pink fox racing gear. And Fox gets the rabbit, and I'm behind her like the pump man, you know what I mean? And she loves it. And then I'm the whole time I'm hyping her up. I'm like, look, we can go camping because she loves camping. I put a TV in the camper now, and that we can go when I go places. I don't have to go by myself. I could take you with me, but you have to do this first. And then so it's almost like she's setting goals. But it was really the coolest thing. Like I think people are like, you remember that day when you push your kid off and they like rode 2 wheels and like and I'm picturing this thing you see in TV in like neighborhood with white picket fences. That wasn't the case. It was a motorcycle, you know what I mean? And she stood up and ripped full speed.
I know I've told this story before, but I love it when my friend Tayward was teaching his son Max how to ride when he was really little like that. He also was like got a little like PW50 and showed him how to make it go. And then he took off right into a fence. Yeah. And he was like, oh, you got to teach him how to stop. So he tied a rope to him so that he could like hold him back because he just would just go full throttle and hit stuff. So I'm glad you're teaching her how to stop. So did she take instruction well?
Yeah. So that the whole thing about the class, right? Yes, she takes instruction well, but the class was kind of like Marie. Remember when Marie got kicked out of the class? She definitely was like that.
What?
Yeah.
What class?
Marie swore revenge, and she studied every night till she got a license. What was the class? The MSF?
The MSF class.
Yeah, she's probably the only person on the planet to get kicked out of the MSF.
She got kicked out of
crash for arguing. Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
But anyway, she needed a little bit more attention because everybody else could pick things up a little bit quicker. But Freya always kept falling over. So it like while they were actually doing like instructive stuff, and then like they had like a 10 or 15-minute speech in the middle of it for a 4-year-old kid in full gear. Like she sits there, start playing with the dirt and sticks in the ground. And I'm like, Freya, But like it was okay. Like I didn't care about any of that. What I wanted her was to be around other motorcyclists, and I wanted her to get on a real bike. That was the motivation, and she did that. So But she ripped up a hill, like over through a berm, and was coming back down, and then going back around and ripping over the berm.
Yeah, I saw her like making turns and.
Yeah. And the other thing too was Maria was like, "Oh, I want to come up," and I was like, "You know what? Don't do that." "Oh, but I think it'd be a really good idea." I'm like, "Listen, I almost want to walk away because when we go to dance class with her, if she sees you in the window, like she's not focusing on the class, and then like if they're a little bit tired, that all of a sudden you're there to save them, and they could get out of there. So if they see you." I feel like, and I was like, if you have the whole family there, she's not going to be focused on the instructor. At dance class, she's the best. She sits there and she does everything they say, and she's like so attentive to the teacher. So I knew she'd take well to instruction.
You know what I did when my mom enrolled me in dance class when I was 5?
Did you watch Footloose?
She dropped me off at the rec center, and I'd walk out the back door and go dirt biking with my friends, or bicycles. Yeah, doing jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was taking the instruction they were giving her, but it was 2 people, and other people weren't really like falling. Sometimes they'd crash, but like those people actually had questions that were valid. Freya was just getting on the bike and would fall over, and they'd have to run to the other side and like pick up the bike, get her back on, turn it back on. So
there are other kids, or was it mixed?
Yeah, there were, but the other kids were like 7.
Okay.
Dude, Freya's gonna be like popping wheelies at Hollister at like 8-year-old with like pink. Why you do like that?
Yeah.
Because dude, it's all. I don't know, because all of a sudden your kids start doing crazy stuff, and you're like, oh my god, they do crazy stuff.
Yeah. She's gonna be showing me tricks.
Yeah, she'll be launching all stuff.
But like the part of this whole thing was like slowly kind of getting in, and the one thing was just seeing how she did on a bike with weight, and if it was really any change for her, and she did great. It just seems to me like she needs a little bit more strength, maybe 5 or 7 more pounds of strength and size in her to be able to like relatively hold that bike.
Well, she does have a disadvantage because she got your head.
Yeah. Dude, she's like a bobblehead.
Well, you know what I think is really cool
I got
about
her the
it?
neck brace, though. So.
Yeah, I have friends who learned how to surf and who are great surfers now, but their dad took them out first time when they were like 7 years old, pushed them into this big wave, and they just got whumped. And they're like, "Yeah, didn't try surfing again for 3 years." Right? So Mike, the way like you edged her in, like slowly brought her into it, and like that flat track, I think was probably really cool.
That was all part of the strategy.
So she seems like she's totally embraced it before she's had like a really
the child
whammo
manipulation
strategy.
Would you say
Okay.
she's come away more confident now?
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's the whole goal.
Dude, you should have seen him at Hollister today. She was shredding on her bike.
Which did you have on those little tracks there?
We stayed on the little
That's
tracks and
rad.
stuff, and I was like on my my fat tire or whatever. But like I figured like double down. So last week we did the flat track, and what I thought that was really great was to take everything that she's learned at the park and at my house, and like where she's by herself and she knows the track, she knows what she's doing, throw her into a different environment around loud motorcycles and see how she does, and kind of just inject that into her, but like she can kind of come and go as she pleases, and that's what she did. And I thought that was great before we go to the class which was 5 hours, and she stayed the whole time, couldn't get her off the bike.
So it's not like she's never been to the garage when there's loud motorcycles.
No.
By the way, she's been around them forever,
Yeah.
which reminds me the first time when she was born, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, I think on the way back from the hospital.
Like the Lion King, we had
like
her
the
up.
Lion King, you came back to the garage.
Yeah,
and it
she
was
came to
like,
the garage first, she went home.
That was the first place Freya has ever been out when she was born was here.
Well, and you had Megan with her kids here today. And, it's so funny. The first one, they're all careful. And the second one, it's like eating dirt and passing them around.
We'll have a bunch of moto groms around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really good.
I just wanted to say, so like after we did the class yesterday, 5 hours, like she's talking about, I need to take yoga and like all this bullshit. I need to stretch, and my arms feel like Gumby. And I was like, all right, cool. We go home, and then I said to her, I was like, well, now you can finally come to the park with me. The motorcycle park where there's other kids, because she associates the park as fun. And there's like playground, so it's kind of like, and it is similar like that. And I also wanted Marie to come to see that I wasn't fucking crazy, because when you go there on a Sunday and there's literally like 50 other kids,
Tons, yeah.
smaller than Freya, like shredding on this thing. So like, instead of, maybe Marie will just kind of be like, oh, okay, he's not so crazy. It's not like crazy that he's doing this. Like other people do it, and it's something we could do on the weekend. So we just casually got up, ate breakfast, went down there, had the bike set up. And again, we couldn't get her off. Couldn't get her off the bike.
great.
And she's racing. And then now the cool thing is like she crashes and then just sits there and waits and gets up. And it's not like she crashes and is like, I'm scared, or like, oh, that was shocking. It was like, no, I've done this a bunch already. It's cool. I want to keep going.
Yeah.
I just need to get up to help me get the bike up so I can keep going.
And the more she's around other kids and she sees them do it, the more she'll want to do it. No, you're totally on the right track.
So that was it.
Dude.
It was
Totally
like
on the right track.
It was very strategic. And now she's like she's in. So
That's great.
Awesome.
We have a guest coming on soon, so I wanted to real quickly share. I had a little triumph I'm proud of. Patting myself on the back here.
like the bike triumph? Or?
Now you'll see. My Corbin heated seat. This is first world problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Corbin heated seat on the Africa Twin only has an off and on position. And I find that it's too hot when it's fully on. And so I sit there toggling it back and forth because the perfect temperature is somewhere in between. And I was asking myself, how can I put a potentiometer switch wired into the seat? And I was researching it, and I was digging around. This is why anything's with wires we throw into it. We have boxes here in the garage because you never know what
Old
wires
wire harnesses
or bullets or whatever you're going to need, connectors. And I was digging through the box, and I found the controller for Oxford heated grips. I don't even remember what happened to the heated grips, but there's a controller there. And it took me a couple days of sorting it out, figuring it out, because as I was explaining to Jim, basically two kinds of potentiometers. One that hooks into the positive and actually reduces the voltage, and the other type will hook into the ground and pulsate it.
And you're just trying to adjust the temperature. Instead of being hot, you want some control,
I want to have a
right?
range.
Yeah.
So it took a while of hooking it up to different things, blowing fuses, and then finally figuring out that it is the type that pulsates once it's through the ground. So I was able to wire it up just kind of under the seat and make it work. So I'm like, great. Now I can run wiring and make a little dash plate up on the handlebars and have a little variable temperature adjuster.
Would you say pulsate again?
Well, no, the word of the day is potentiometer.
I know you threw that out there like we all knew what that meant. I just thought it meant you had a lot of
Dude,
potential.
I was doing the research. I was on Amazon. I went to the electronics store. That's where the dude told me it was a potentiometer.
Nice.
I was looking at all the different things and figuring out it's actually hard to find something like that for a 12-volt system. Most of the rheostat stuff like that
probably
are for
trailer stuff.
Are for 120 volt, but
Yeah, like trailer stuff.
well, I was even looking at for some Audi with heated seats that has a built-in switch and trying to find an aftermarket. I mean, but I figured it out, and thanks to Electric Terry, he helped me.
Awesome. You should wire in a hot dog warmer. That way when we
man.
stop at the
Ooh.
right,
Good
we
idea.
can have hot dogs.
Bun warmer.
But you know
sure.
what? It is frustrating to me that such an expensive accessory doesn't have.
I suggest you
Isn't it just-
contact.
Maybe you'll find out why soon.
You stay in
I've
belts.
never had luck with those things, and all I know is from plumbing is anything that requires heat and electricity. It takes a lot of fucking power, and every time that I've had heated stuff, it destroys my bike.
I suggested you contacted Mike and say, hey, you should do this, and see if he would build the prototype and give it to you for free. Like he does seats, right? If there's not
Yeah.
a seat for your bike, well, here's maybe something you could give him a
I know
call.
I could have just called
They probably
Corbin.
they probably
and then,
have
do you
one.
have one?
They're like, yeah.
But you know what was very nice? I found on the bottom of my seat there was a label from whoever installed it and tested it and rated it at 3 amps, which is what I needed to know because they come for different ratings. So that was kind of my thing. And then John helped me get the wiring thing. Let me tell you, just getting a wire through from the seat up under the tank, there is no room. No room under there. Emma, you've seen oh, and Jim, did you know there's a toolbox I discovered under there, under
I think
the tank?
I do. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
I started playing the game. Where's the battery? Have you ever played that game with a mic?
I have, but fortunately not with this one yet.
God, I remember the worst was with my Super Duke. I'm like, where's the battery? Didn't think it would be in the front cowl under the engine.
Right.
Didn't think to look there. So I'm playing, where's the battery? And I had to look up a video, and it's underneath the tank behind a toolbox. I'm like, I got a toolbox? I didn't know. And so you got to unscrew the toolbox, and that toolbox
There's a
fits
spare bedroom in there.
so tight against the top of the battery, which is it's mounted sideways, like just to run wiring across the top of the battery. You
Wait,
know,
the connectors are on the side of the battery?
Yes.
I don't know what to- oh.
yeah. There's no room to even just run a wire. This thing sits so snug. And the toolbox is molded and shaped
Right,
to
But hold
the
on, hold
cavity.
on,
And when you-
hold on. Can't you make like install a bus bar and then do like an accessories kind of a thing?
Well,
right?
I got it. I made it work. It's
like
just not
run an
simple.
accessories thing where you can just
It's just amazing going from older bikes where you have big
Access.
and
lots of
valleys and
extra
tunnels
stuff.
and
So
to these new bikes where nothing.
When you do the pre-delivery inspection on a new Africa Twin, you make sure the battery is fully charged up, of course, and then you bolt the leads onto the battery, push the battery in, and then attach the leads to the bike.
Yeah.
Because you can't actually attach the leads onto the battery when it's in situ. So you put the loose leads on, you get this bag, and you get the lid for the tools and the tools themselves and all this thing, in the box, and you charge up the battery, and then just put these random cables on the battery, and then just kind of like you're mailing a letter,
Well,
and you push it in, and then the leads are dangling out, and you attach that one to the starter solenoid and that one to the ground of the bike.
Look
and then off you
around
go.
for somewhere they attach
Yeah,
to.
exactly. It's wild.
Well, and while I was in there, I decided to run a pigtail so to make it easier to charge. Just trying to put that pigtail in there took a lot of finesse and work and tucking and pushing. And
One of the worst jobs I ever did on an Africa Twin was fitting heated grips, the factory heated grips, because the interface is kind of in the harness under the sort of in the headlight area, and there is just layer upon layer upon layer of plastic. Anybody who's pulled apart an Africa Twin is like, oh my God, you take off this skin and you think, oh, I'm there, and there's another layer of plastic, and then you take that off and there's another layer underneath that, and you need to know the sequence to do all this. And if you don't know the sequence, you break tabs off, and then there's gnashing of teeth, and there's no crying in motorcycling, Jim.
No, but gnashing of teeth happens regularly.
And if you don't have
at
teeth,
the
teeth
recycle
will be
garage.
provided for the purpose of gnashing. But very tricky bike to work on.
I'll tell you.
Well, did you try it out? How does it work?
Oh, I still have to build a dash plate.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just wired it up with like pigtails, with the seat off, just to like make
But
sure.
have you run any current through them? See if
Oh,
it
yeah,
works.
yeah.
And
Yeah, it works.
oh, great.
And what's even great is I wired it after the switch on the side of the seat. When you turn the switch on, it lights up so you know that the seat is on. When I run it 100%, it stays lit. When I run it down lower than that, it starts to pulsate, which tells me that it is cutting the signal.
Okay.
And the light is pulsating. So it confirms to me that it is working and pulsating.
I've just had a thought about Electric Terry.
Yeah.
Do you think in his family tree he's got an ancestor called Steam Terry? Or going back further, like Bronze Axe Terry?
Volcanic Terry.
Primordial Soup Terry?
Stardust will come full circle. Yes,
Oh,
Liza.
yes.
I was going to say, what were you going to say, Mike?
Oh yeah, does that mean like if it's pulsing that it's turning on and off? Mm-hmm. So like, doesn't that like because like amperage is based on like how much it pulls when you turn it on,
Right.
So that means that you're just like whoomp whoomp whoomp
Yes.
whoomp, like constantly drawing, like
Yes.
like consistent.
Well, the alternative is for it to be on and then have something that reduces it. So you're sending full power to it and then you're reducing it.
That's
So,
just for some reason
so
the idea of a pulse
it's using
is-
the same amount of power. When it's pulsating, it's actually pulling less power from the battery.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as like having a starter, right? Like every time you turn the car on, you
well,
you
no,
draw.
hang on, because you in some circumstances it works like that. Fluorescent strip is a perfect example. The fluorescent lights you have at home. The starter is very, very greedy, and the fluorescent light itself hardly uses any electricity, but actually getting them powered up, it's not necessarily like that. That womp, 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 womp. It's not actually as greedy as you think. So having a pulsy pulse,
You should have it set to the pulse of I like to move it.
Yeah, I think that'd be.
Actually, I said it to Funky Town.
I like to heat it.
Hey, have you guys been watching Dakar? Are you following Dakar at all?
Yeah.
I think one of the things I think is pretty cool is Petrucci is racing. Have you heard
Really?
of Danilo Petrucci?
Yeah.
Yeah, MotoGP racer.
Really?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
doing pretty good.
He won a stage. I think
he won a stage.
Stage 5, was it maybe?
Until he
Yeah.
cartwheels off in the desert somewhere and
Well,
ruins his MotoGP.
Unfortunately,
career.
I think. Well, it was interesting, and I didn't. It's cool. There's a lot of actually a lot of good videos out now. You can go to the. Are we talking about Dakar now? Sorry. I
Yeah,
just
we
jumped
got a
right
few
into
minutes.
it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good stuff on YouTube, and you go to Dakar.com. But they did talk to Petrucci, and he was like a crying mess at the end of it. But he won a stage, which is rags. It was a dream since a kid. But he made a comment that now he can't race MotoGP anymore. So I don't know. Maybe that was new to me.
Well, you know,
like his body.
What you call it? What's his name? 46.
Rossi.
Yeah, Rossi. He's got his ranch,
Yeah.
and he's like, running racing and stuff like that, flat track, and it's kind of like a course, but like flat track as well. And there's like always MotoGP guys there too. And like I remember hearing a while back about like a lot of the guys getting more into the dirt. I mean, I'm sure they always.
Yeah, but this is a whole nother.
I know that, but that's what I'm
thing.
saying. It's like the fact that I mean, it's just kind of weird. It's like certain people have a profession and they insure their hands, right? Like a surgeon, right? Like you would think as a MotoGP, it's like you would kind of be like super delicate about like if you're going to crash, it's there, and that's where your liability falls, and that's why. But like you could wipe your whole career out doing other stuff like that, even though it slightly sharpens the knife. I think to improve your skills. Obviously, it does, but I feel like at that stage, like you're taking MotoGP stuff and transitioning it to dirt to improve your MotoGP stuff, but like your risk to reward is like how great is it? Really?
Yeah, it seems like bicycles have been the kiss of death for MotoGP guys. Though.
Yeah,
It's been-
bicycles. Yeah.
And like there's a young like a rookie rider in this race. I can't remember his
Is
name,
it
but
Moto 2?
But they were interviewing him, and he doesn't have the skill set that like Toby Price. So some of these guys have.
It's
right?
insane what these
But
guys do.
so what he did was he practiced every day and worked on navigational skills. And he doesn't have the riding skills, but the navigational skills are what's getting him through.
Yeah, well-
because that's the other thing. People are getting lost and having to backtrack and losing time.
Speed is nothing without navigation.
Yeah, and there's actually another guy who's a rookie first year, and he forgot to get gas at his stop, and he was off in the desert.
Yeah, that happens.
Ran out of gas. He had to bum gas off people twice just to like go back to get gassed up.
Oh shit!
Like, and they're all laughing like rookie mistake. You're learning your lessons, but there are people flipping cars and
It's
flipping
It's
bikes.
totally
I
worth
mean,
watching. They had a rough day. I think it was stage 5. It was the day after Petrucci won the stage, and I guess it rained that night. And they were following the trucks, and they have the trucks, and then they have the trucks, the huge thing. So, but they had to follow them, and I guess it was extremely dangerous. So a couple of dudes got pretty messed up.
And then they went through I think they call it the Pesh. I may be making that up. Pesh. It's like the talcum.
Where are you guys watching this?
So I
You
watch
have
it
to watch
on
it
the
online.
Red Bull channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can YouTube it or Dakar.com.
They went through that talcum
Yeah.
that just is like so soft, but it just blinds
It's
you.
like silt.
Yeah.
Fine silt. Just fascinating to watch. And the electric Audi is doing well still.
Oh,
Are you
wicked.
following that, Bagel?
No, I haven't been following the
Oh
Saturday
yeah,
car at all.
yeah.
That's
There's an
pretty cool.
electric car that's doing great. I don't know if I think they're swapping batteries at night.
I'm sure at night, but I can't remember how long, but those things can go a ways on the charge, and they're ripping the whole time.
And they were trying to explain it. I may get this wrong, but I believe they showed that when the batteries get low, it goes into a limp mode, and a generator turns on to charge the batteries. So the car just goes into a limp mode and it keeps going, but very slowly. And the generator can charge the batteries up so that they can start ripping again, which is like, I know some people go, that defeats the purpose. No, that's a tool you need to get through to give you the extra. It's like having an oversized tank. Right?
You know what I really don't understand about electric cars and stuff is you have so much real estate on the outside of the car. Why don't they use that to regenerate energy and make the whole outside a solar panel? I mean, I know solar
panels don't.
They're not that efficient.
I know that, but at the same time, between that and regenerative braking, right? Wouldn't that like kind of
because it's not
even
efficient
close.
enough.
Like you could, if you had like a tour bus or a tractor trailer, you could put some panels on there that might put a little bit of energy back into the battery, but it's going to be, just a fraction of what you're actually consuming.
That's more like storage. That's not usage power. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it's all power, but it doesn't produce enough. It doesn't produce power at the same rate that you're using it.
Got it.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if you had a tour bus too, I mean, like the reason it's so big is you need to use that much more power to get moving. So it would just be kind of self-defeating. Yeah.
Right, but once you're cruising, you're using relatively little power. So, then it would make more sense because you're moving at a constant speed most of the time.
Maybe that's a class that's missing from Dakar, the tour bus class.
Oh,
so
my
we
God.
Get a tour bus with giant knobby tires.
Well,
those big trucks are pretty darn close.
I wonder if they have heaters with potentiometers.
Oh, maybe. Oh, but a couple of things if you do want to catch a couple of things on the YouTube is one, they talk about how much it costs to run the Dakar. In my mind, I was kind of thinking, well, you got to be kind of one of those rich guys, right? Actually, no, there's an American, I want to say his name's Skylar Howe, who's a privateer and basically sold everything at home. They were interviewing him halfway through, and he's like, I have a mountain bike and a bed at home. Yeah.
Wow.
And he's just fully committed. So but there's a thing where he breaks down the actual costs of what it cost him to get there. And I won't go into it now, but that was a cool thing to watch. And the other thing they just had, if I get it right, it was a marathon day. So normally they pit at night with a team, right? They got the trucks, they get some sleep, the guys change the rear wheel and do everything else. Well, there's one night where they don't have the bivouac, is what they call it, the team. So they actually are riding, balls out for 3 or 4 hours through the open desert. Then they sleep, have to work on their own bike, make their own, budget repairs, and then do, I think, another 3 or 4 hours of rip into the desert before they get back to their team. So it's fascinating. There's a lot, and there is a lot of good stuff on YouTube to check out.
I have to say, though, I am inspired because, I hate riding in sand. It's so unpredictable. The bike's going everywhere. But I'm watching these guys riding, and it's like they're floating. And it's beautiful. It's like they're like on a wave runner ripping through the waves. Yeah. And you see it's a different way of controlling. I'm like, I want to go try it. Like, it makes sense. I want to go try it.
Yeah, they were interviewing guys, and the two comparisons were surfing and skiing, and I think that's pretty spot on.
Take her to Johnson.
That and ride a wheelie for 3 hours, basically. Yeah, at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, I haven't figured out the outfit. Why do they have to have the zip-off arms?
Because I believe they're all wearing air vests this year. So as part of the gear, they're wearing the inflatable don't break your body vests, which are brilliant because if you see these guys crash at speed, they ragdoll brutally. So I think they just implemented mandatory air vests. It's cool. They do a lot of forward thinking. If you look, just not to dive back down the electric rabbit hole, but they talked about their plans for different types of vehicles for like the next 30 or 40 years. And it's just all these different incorporations of hybrid and electric things. So it's cool. They're pushing this hybrid technology pretty cool.
I actually have a AirTech.
Oh, you have one of those?
Yeah, I have an airbag vest. And it's actually pretty cool because the new, I think it's the 5. I could wear it under a sweatshirt. I can wear it under a leather jacket. Really? I can wear it under full race leathers. And like prior to that, Alpine, I think it was Alpine Stars or whatever the fuck suit I have. They had one that was integrated to it. It was like kind of the old school one. So you either bought one for like $1,100 that was strictly for racing, and it plugs into this suit. And if you do like a certain kind of thing, it knows to turn on, or you're doing it. The other one was wearing a textile. And that was it, right? So there was no other option. But this one literally is completely independent of any suit.
Is it crazy hot though?
Not at all.
No,
not at all. It's like perforated and
about how much was it?
I think it was like $600.
Really? That because those seem to be
they're like
smart.
half the price as the other first ones. But here, let me finish though. They're coming out with the AirTech 10 in a few months, which basically so it's a vest that comes down to here. It goes all the way down to here, and then like the next one, it's almost like a wrestling uniform, like the wrestling leotard that goes around here, and then it
covers your junk then.
Yeah. Singlet. It's a singlet.
Singlet. And it pops up, and it pops up here. So You know,
Does it have special ball cups or something to protect your?
I'm not sure, but that would be crazy. I'd be getting like an airbag punch to the dick. it's like not only it's like, you know, not only did you crash your bike, but you got like kicked in the dick on the way down. You know, like or the you know the pivots.
The JJ.
So is there any interface with the bike at all, or is does it require
No.
a 12
Does it have
volt
a
power up?
Nope.
So it's
Pintrometer?
Nope.
Thing?
It has.
Does it need
3
charging?
Yes. So
okay.
mine, you charge it and you get 20 hours out of it, right? And then it connects to an app, and that app can give you all your information. It can give you your lean angles. It can give you your GPS. So it's really good for track. It's really good for street. And then like I can go, like say I pull it off my rack, I throw it on, and I hit the button, and basically it won't turn on unless like this flap goes on the top. So if you zip it up, because it has to be closed in order for it to work. So there's like this thing, as soon as you connect it, the lights come on and it knows that it's on. Then you go to the app and you say race, because I'm at the track, or you put street, and it'll bloop, 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 and it has algorithms. So I suppose for a long time people were testing these things, and all different types of crashes and stuff like that. And the difference between the street and the race is that it would detect an impact from behind that would tell it to turn on, because that's not really happen at the track. It usually happens at speed on the track. So it's like under 15 an impact, and that's usually because you're at a light.
Oh, interesting. Is it one use and then you got to throw it away?
So it pops. If I'm not mistaken, it has 2 canisters, so you can use it twice, or one of them has 1. But as soon as you use it, you send it in. I think it's like $180, and they reset the whole thing and repack it.
Yeah, it's not quite enough for dirt riding yet, because
well, you can, and I was reading through the instructions, and it's saying it, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like I just wear like the shit out of some armor and dirt bike, and I know I'm going to go down.
Yep.
And like I'm not doing Dakar shit when we go. I mean,
we're not going like 80 or 90
yeah,
or
we're
100
going like
miles
50,
an hour.
25, and we feel like we're ripping through the desert.
Dude, we feel like we're going fast, but
yeah, when I do crash in the desert, it's not because I'm going 25. It's because like, you know, I'm going like 5 or 10, or I'm going down like a rock.
Or you're riding one of the most bitchin' wheelies I've ever seen.
Until I lost
That
my
was
fingernail.
awesome. Not talking
I'm
about
still-
that part of it.
Look, my fingernail's still growing back.
Oh my goodness.
That
The
brings-
desert took it.
that brings
You
up
got 9 more.
a question, just a little side thing. I was also, as I'm flipping around, I was watching some of the motocross, right? And supercross. And these guys are not wearing any gear
shit.
from the knees
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and I'm like,
well, some of them do wear armor though.
Not really.
No, they're not. It's the boots and I think the shins and knees. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Are we overdoing it when we're doing our trail riding with all of our gear that's made?
I wonder that too, because I see people at
I'm
Hollister
like,
the same way, where they'll be like, they'll have the full gear, the good bike, and clearly like they're riders, and it looks like they just have like a t-shirt on with like their jersey over the top and a helmet. That's it. And then the gloves. Like I had an experience one time a long time ago. Somebody had KTM in front of me, and they rooster-tailed. And I'll never forget driving and like 3-dimensionally seeing this thing slow motion, like hitting my finger. And I still have a bump there from like 6 years ago.
From a roost.
Yeah. And from that day forward, I always wear street gloves when I ride. Right. And then
no bark busters on your bike, or it just went around.
Not on that one.
Yeah.
And thanks, John, for calling me out for that. Really. Fuck you. You know what I mean? How about that? But like nowadays, like, and then remember when I went to the desert and I had to cut out those shits on the inside?
Shit.
Yeah, because I was wearing my like leather street gloves with like hard armor on the outside, and to me, I'm like, well, that makes sense because I might hit a rock or like smash, and it's like, or you know what I mean, and or like if I go down with my hand, which happened, and my handlebar landed on my finger and ripped my fingernail off. So,
well, honestly, and I was like imagining, like maybe I just need to wear boots and knee guards and a helmet, you know, and.
I look at my gear and just looking at my gear.
But I feel
need to
so much
wear
safer.
I know I look at my gear and I need to wear it.
I feel so much
fucked
safer.
up. Especially boots. You just can't scrimp on. Every time it seems like we ride with somebody new or kind of learning and they just wear work boots, their foot gets fucked up. And silly stuff. Remember what's
Trevor.
That happened to John last
That
week.
happened to me last week.
Yeah,
my foot still hurts, man.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Well, Trevor crashes epically in ways that like. I mean, because he goes for it, right? And he's not like me where he rides above his ability. He's not shy, exactly, and he pushes it. But I don't think you say he's stupid. But that one time, his suspension on his bike, it's Liza's old bike, is so horrible that it just like it's all over the place. There's nothing to it. But I mean, like every time he crashes, he lands and injures himself where he had shitty shitty. What do you call it? Shitty gear.
Just bad luck in that way. Yeah,
No shitty gear. Like it was
Yeah.
the boots that one
Like,
time where it was like, bro, if you had proper boots, that would not have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you had hips, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Like out of that cartwheel over the front, the endo. I don't know. Like what would have helped that? Maybe like RoboCop.
An airbest.
The fucking back of the bike landed on his fucking chest.
I know it. Oh.
But
I think take home message is we suck, so we wear more gear.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
And
good with that.
we're old as dirt.
Yeah, and old.
Well, and I do fall over sometimes, and when I fall,
Dude,
I
in the
just-
dirt,
yeah.
it's not what if, it's when.
Well,
I don't give a fuck. I mean, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
I know when I was up, where was I? In Enza Borrego, and I was going up this steep kind of V rocky thing. That's when I dented the muffler on the 450. I also hit all that same group of rocks with my elbow, right? And my elbow hurt for like a couple of weeks. It wasn't bad, never really, but it was sore for a couple of weeks. And guaranteed, if I didn't have some sort of elbow stuff there, I would have been a whole different experience, way out in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I'm down with gear.
Yeah.
Well, here's another thing that I've been thinking about, and this is a conversation we've been having a lot lately, but it came up again at the garage today, so I thought I'd just bring it up again. Scotty was here earlier,
Yes.
and they are looking for a bike. They're going to be doing the BDR, the Southern California BDR.
Okay.
And they were interested in a XR650L. And I was like,
It's a better option than the
okay. And we're going through, they
Well, they were talking about using the SV650.
SV650 with dirt tires on. I'm like, no.
Yeah, with the stock suspension.
So we
I remember
started.
him and I were there just kind of like looking, nodding, like, good luck with that. 17.
So started like rattling off all the potential bikes, the DR650, the KLR 650, all these
Any
bikes.
one of those would be better than the SV6.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
And just recapping.
My KLX
a
250
Ninja
would have been
250
better.
would be better.
But then I was like, and then if you want to leave reliability and affordability and get into performance, now you're getting in a Husqvarna and KTM
the
and
European
stuff like
stuff,
that.
yeah.
But again, reliability and
I
affordability.
would go for engine first on a ride like that.
But it made me bring up the question: what would you say right now is the best all-around bike?
GS 1200.
No.
No, not you're not going to do single track on that. Well, I mean, some people
You'd
do.
be surprised what I could do
But
with
that's
single
highly
track.
skilled.
10 or A 700.
The best, because we used to say, I mean, we still say the KLR, the DR650, good at everything, great at nothing, right? But there are bikes now that have raised the bar that are better at everything than the KLR or the DR. They're still not great at everything, but better. The Tenere 700 being one of them.
The KTM 790.
Yeah, but the problem, was the 790 like the EXC 500 or something? Like, I don't know. What is that?
No, 790 is more. It's like a wicked little adventure bike.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
got a little bit
Yeah.
more weight. Because my whole thing about dual sports is that it's 50-50. It's going to be like okay in the dirt and okay in the street. And like any one of my bikes, as soon as I take the Husky on the highway, it's like this because
Right.
there's nothing to it. But then you're like, oh, so clearly it's a dirt bike. You get in the dirt and you're
Right.
like, oh, it's too heavy.
So that's my
It's-
question. What is right now the best all around? I mean, we get new riders all the time. What are you looking for in a bike? Well, something I can take, commute on every day that I can maybe take my girlfriend, go camping and load up the gear and maybe do a track day.
I'd say
Like
like a
people want.
350,
I
400.
don't
It's
think
everything,
I don't
you know?
think it's substantially changed, Liza, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because if you go further in one direction, like better off-road bike, it's taking away
I know.
from the street. So the old diehards, like the KLR, like the DR, like the XR650L, this is, the manufacturers aren't stupid. This is why these bikes are unchanged for 30 years. Because that's kind of as good as you're going to get for something that's actually rideable for any length of time on the street at a high rate of speed and take off-road. And there are marginal differences between the two. We know the DR's lighter and slimmer than the KLR.
But the T7 really is the next generation.
As far as I'm concerned, anything European you have to throw out because the reliability is
I
there
agree.
yet.
So I think reliability and affordability is an important feature. So let's throw out KTM, Husqvarna, stuff like that.
Okay, I thought kind of an obvious one, a Honda XR, a plated XR 650.
It's
That's
a
old school
high
stuff.
competition bike, though.
Yeah, it requires, and that's one of the things I told Scotty, like, this bike that they're looking at had like 50, 60,000 miles on it.
God.
Oh no.
And has been a commuter bike. And I'm like, ooh, you don't know how
Right.
often they've been doing
Top end.
all this, the valves
Oil
and all the
change,
stuff.
And to prove my point, Jim, look at your 450, which is an absolutely superb machine.
Right, but oil changes every 600 miles.
There you go. You know, you always pay the devil.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
And in your bike, it's very, very maintenance heavy.
That's because I ride with the devil.
The way
Right.
I see it, right? If you have something that's going to be, partially street, partially dirt, is like go for dirt heavy. Because the thing is, like, if you have a slower bike on your street, it's not going to make the ride more difficult. But if you're in the dirt with a more street bike, it's going to be painful and time consuming and difficult. So I feel like if you're going to go for anything, just be a little slower in the street, but be faster in the dirt, because that's going to be the challenge.
We're
right?
not going to end up with a KLR, are we? That's not
No,
where this is
I
going?
actually wrote down the Tenere 700.
Yeah.
I think it might be the best all around. This is basically
pretty
the decathlon, right?
Don't tell Charlie.
I know. No, that he doesn't have a 700. In the decathlon, they're not the fastest runner. They're not the highest jumper. They're not, the furthest thrower, but the best at all the things. So
But they
I'm
can
saying,
compete in all classes.
but I'm saying, so can you think of a bike that does better in everything than the Tenere 700?
Well, the one thing, I'll try to throw some darts at it. How much does it weigh?
It's 460, I think, somewhere in that area.
Okay, so not terrible. I mean,
No.
you don't want to be picking it up in
It's
the
got
sand
upside down
all
forks, so
day
it's got
long,
modern suspension.
but- Okay.
That engine is bulletproof. I mean, they flat track that engine.
I'm just
Does it
figuring based on like bikes that I've owned, so it's really hard for me to like. This is what I would think, but it's just like without actually having like owning it and going through trials and tribulations and being like, here's the best bike or here's the worst one. It's like I can only go based on what I know, and I know that my 500 Husky is like way too wide for single track,
Yeah,
and,
and-
and
Right.
trying to whip that thing around is a fucking pain in the ass.
So what, 21-inch front wheel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool there.
So, and I did. I always like to throw in a whammy suggestion for somebody, and for Scotty, I suggested as a whammy the Honda Adventure scooter. I'm going to say, hold on. Hold on.
At least be
I'm-
comfortable with it. At
But
least be comfortable.
I'm throwing that into the decathlon competition here with the bikes.
The problem with that
Because-
is the feet position isn't great for kind of harder core off road stuff.
Right, but I'm saying the adventure scooter is something that can do all the things, right? And it being low center of gravity, low seat, and
But
an automatic makes it easier to
going over any
handle.
rocks
But
with
a
that.
scooter.
Look,
Sorry,
You know,
Bagel,
scooters.
is there a better all-around scooter you can think of that can be in that
the
competition?
Grom.
No.
You need a scooter. You need a big wheel scooter.
A scooter, Liza.
my,
This is
my
this
fat
is
tire.
Yes.
this is babbling from the
That thing's
sick bed.
badass.
It really
That is
is. No, it's
Yeah.
babbling from the sick bed on your part.
Like
I
I,
mean-
said, I
Best
always
for
like to
cross,
throw
best
in a
stuff.
whammy to consider.
No, it's nonsense.
You could do the BDR on an adventure scooter.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
what about, I'll throw this, what about a Ducati Ducati
Scrambler?
Desert Sled Scrambler?
Oh, it'd blow up immediately.
That's a Ducati, yeah.
It would leave you crying by the side of the road, and there is no crying in
I
motorcycling.
mean, what about the Triumph Scrambler?
You know, the Triumph Scrambler. I love them dearly,
They're
but they are quite chunky.
Yeah, they're
I
heavy.
mean, it's big, it's burly.
Well, yeah.
You need a lot of upper body strength to manhandle that thing around.
Yeah, and I always think too, like, because we are bad dirt bikers, picking things up like
Yeah.
more than once or twice.
Well, have you picked up a
is
KLR
real,
yet?
dude. Yeah,
That thing's fun.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of picking things up, at the class yesterday, there was a young kid, and there was a bunch of young people, and this kid kept falling over, and he would pull like Freya and just sit there and help. I can't get up, and I'm like, dude, you're like 6'1", and you're like 14 or 15. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he would like crawl out from underneath the bike, and then like try to sit there and struggle, and like at some point, I'm just sitting there in street clothes. I run up the hill and I come to him. I'm like, hey, dude, stop, put it down. And I did like the what's her name?
The Sarah.
Jocelyn.
Yeah, the Jocelyn.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
get
the
down and you
Jocelyn,
deadlift it. I'm like, just grab it like this, grab the thing, and then he goes and grabs the fucking exhaust, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? No. And he's like, he didn't want to do it again. And I'm like, man, just listen to me. Grab it here, grab the bar, deadlift it, and just straighten your arms.
It was a PW50 he couldn't lift up?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was like a 250. It was like a CRF 250 or something.
And
And he wound up like eventually getting underneath it and doing it. And I'm just like, bro, you're dead for the day.
you
now.
know, Mike, cruelty to children appears to be quite a common denominator
Dude,
in
he's
your life.
14. He's got hair on his nuts. He ain't no child. You know
What?
what I'm saying?
Nevertheless,
What? Hair on his what?
Yeah.
So what else?
I think Mike was
throw
saying
out?
he was an adolescent and not necessarily a child.
I'm glad I wasn't.
Well, I think that Honda keeps teasing of coming out with either a smaller Africa Twin or the new Transalp, right?
Right.
And I'm surprised there aren't more contenders.
You know, I think the Transalp is probably a name they should stay away from, because the Transalp, as charming a bike as it was never really a serious off-road bike. It was a boulevardier that looked like a dirty bike. It was, I think, a baby Africa Twin.
So,
which would be sort of like a 10700 beater, is very, very interesting.
what do you think about the CB500X? Would that be?
Well, the
good bike
CB500X is a marvelous bike. It's absolutely superb, but it's stuck with little wheels.
Yeah.
Well, the small Africa Twin could be that parallel twin you always speak of. for
There
the
you
dirt.
go. Exactly.
Like what, a 500cc or a 650 Africa
Yeah.
Twin?
You know, I think
Easy on the plastics.
The CB500X is close.
Yeah.
If I was thinking about my perfect off-road bike, I'd probably start with a CB500X, but then I'd do something with the forks, something with the shocks. I'd put proper size wheels on it, which means a 21 and an 18.
I'll tell you what, let's
have that as the
let's
core.
build this a better bike than the Tenere 700. Let's build it right now. So the first question is, what CCs do we need?
500.
But you don't think 500 is going to be underpowered?
No, I don't, because you picked the right 500. I'll tell you what I'd start with, an ancient engine. I'd power it with an Ninja 500 engine.
So I'll follow that question with what ideal weight do we want to have?
I would say under 4 for sure. I mean, because if you're going to actually do any street riding, you want a little bit of girth there too.
So let me champion the cause for the Ninja 500 engine. So it's 500 twin. It's water cooled, so it's stable temperature. It's carburetted. You could easily convert it to fuel injection, but if you know what you're doing, you can set up the carburetors very, very nicely. It's a good, solid 60, 65 horsepower engine. It makes gobs of torque. It's got a 6-speed transmission.
Listen, I think
It's
really
a great power plant.
What
and
it all comes down
weighs-
to, you know what they always say? It's not the skate, it's the skater. And I think it's the most important thing is a rider. And I got one, and it's Freya. So if you need one for the BBR,
We'll put on it. But
So-
that's the same horsepower Dakar bikes are making. Those 450 Dakar bikes are
So-
making in the 60 horsepower range.
There you
All
go.
right, so 500 twin engine.
Yes.
We need to have a 21-inch front wheel.
Yes,
for it
we
to
do.
be
Absolutely.
competitive
18
at all.
18
to
rear.
be
Upside down front forks.
upside down front forks.
And you could have an 18 or a 17-inch rear. It all depends on the geometry.
What size tank?
Well, that
Because you know what, this is something that didn't come up in the debate between the KLR and the DR.
I mentioned
the
it,
DR
too.
has a small tank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but you can
the
get a
DR
desert
is a
tank for it, though.
substantially smaller bike all round. I mean, you need to think carefully about fuel and about where you carry it and how you carry it. I would like to see a somewhat larger tank,
I
Carried like a
extra-
but
KTM.
carried lower,
Like a KTM does.
like a like a KTM.
Like
and the
more-
advantage of using the Ninja 500 power plant is because it's liquid cooled and it maintains a more stable temperature. You can actually extend the tank
Let me ask you
down
this.
to cylinder head sort of level.
Is this the same reason why they put the split tank on the Harley to keep the weight lower, right over the top of the engine?
No, I think the Harley was just following what Harley have always done. It's an unnecessary benefit. What is that?
So when you tank size, would you 3.5 gallons or more? I'm thinking 3.5 gallons is kind of a nice size.
Yeah. I
Or
think
4.
the KLR is 4.
Well,
Okay.
so even when you're giving it the beans with a nicely set up engine, you should be getting 40, 42 out of the Ninja engine. They do 40, 45, let's say. Let's say 45. So 4-gallon
with a
tank.
windjammer on.
Yeah. 4-gallon tank is going to give you 180 mile range.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And you can always bring extra if you need.
See, I know we're going down this road, but I was always hoping with the new KLR that they would have took the 650 motor, the twin, and then built what we're talking about with that 650 motor, because that's a phenomenal motor also.
Right.
Cool. The other stuff I'll throw out is minimal, like some wind protection, like a rally raid kit almost.
Yep.
A small windscreen, some
Right.
bark busters to keep the wind off you a wee bit.
Yeah.
And a comfy seat.
Right.
Comfy seat.
So,
So why hasn't anybody done this?
I'm being
Well, they kind of have, and we never got it. They marketed way back when they marketed the KLE 500 in Europe,
Oh, I never saw
which
that.
was kind of an adventure bikey thing. And it was a little tame. That was the only thing, but it was on the right track.
Huh.
This was around the same time as the Tenere, not the Super 10, the original 10. And the KLE was very, very loved by its owners.
And that was a 500 or?
Yeah, it was the 500.
Yeah.
Shaft drive, chain drive.
Chain drive.
Yeah,
You
want-
got to have
want
chain
for the
drive.
dirt,
Oh,
yeah.
you got to have chain drive. Got to have chain drive.
So we keep trying to find like the perfect blend of all the things.
I'll build one. As soon as I stop wheeling and dealing with ancient bikes, I will build one.
You think Suzuki's going to come out with a replacement for the DRZ at some point?
The DRZ?
Yeah, the 400. I mean, that's been around forever and ever. I wonder if that could be the next iteration of a dual sport.
I mean, the only reason... You see, the thing is, all of these bikes are following a natural progression. I know everyone's getting very excited about the new KLR, but it's not that different
No,
from the
it's
old
really
KLR.
not.
And same with the
Especially for the
650
price.
and the same with the 400. These are essentially very, very simple bikes. I mean, ultimately, the DRZ 400 and the DR 650 have got to become fuel injected.
Yeah.
Because they simply won't pass.
Especially with Europe.
Yeah, they won't pass any kind of European emissions with them carbureted. But I don't think you're going to see anything radical. You know, as long as they keep selling them and they prove as popular as they are, there's really no incentive to update them.
And we also have to ask the question, does the better bike exist in another country? Because we know that there are bikes in other countries that we never see.
Well, but you see, hang on. So let's put this into perspective. We threw the Husqvarna out because of reliability and because of cost of ownership. If we were having this conversation in Stockholm right now, it would be a very different conversation because there'd be a Husky dealer on every street corner. And then it becomes the viable option. So it all depends on what's going on in your country.
Or even a GS 850 or something, you know?
Right,
Remember
exactly.
that Jocelyn's little GS she had, the 450? That seemed like a really interesting bike.
It's kind of a rare bike, too.
I know, but that was an interesting platform that sort of might have filled some of the bill we're talking about here.
Right.
Yeah, well, hopefully. So what I told Scotty, the best bike for them is going to be the one that has all the accessories that you will need to do a trip like that. So bottom line is, as we know, accessories don't add a lot to the resale value of a bike, but they add a lot of expense to you if you're buying a stock XR650L.
I've got the perfect option for
And
Scotty.
you have to put bash plates on and all the things.
Well,
I said, Scotty, I got a KLR right here
Scotty should pick up the XS 1100.
that has.
Yeah, I've got a
The XS
fantastic...
1100 would be
No.
perfect.
I've
It's
got a
bags.
fantastic fairing, saddlebags, all available.
Stroke
for
some
the
knobbies on that sucker and call it good.
So I said, it doesn't matter if it's a KLR, a DR, whatever. Even if it's a Versus at the right price that has all the right gear, you know, then that's going to be the right bike. Because otherwise you can add a lot of money. Even just the seat. Buying a DR650 with a stock seat, ooh,
Nasty
right?
business.
Or even a KLR 650.
Yes.
You're going to want a good seat.
Yeah, the new KLR seats are good.
Yeah, but Seat Concepts is better.
It is.
Yeah. So that's, I think, the right bike, the perfect bike is the one that someone else already did all the bits on.
That's the truth.
Right? But it is interesting, and it made me just think more about the Tenere 700 is coming a little more into my radar. Is that the perfect all-around
I'd like
bike.
to ride one of those.
So let me ask you this then. What's the worst bike ever made?
Ooh.
What's the opposite?
The katana, like the older, the ugly.
Street bike
the
or dirt bike?
opposite of
Oh,
the best
no.
all-around. What is like the worst?
The worst all around?
I mean,
A Hayabusa.
is the CR500
No.
the worst all-around bike?
There have got to be worse bikes. I mean,
The
those are actually
CR500 can
I
kill
think
you.
my fucking KLX 250 was the worst bike ever.
Why?
Because it was fucking terrible. It was so tall, and so you looked like you felt like you had this like real kind of bike, and then you get on it, and it was just like it was a turd. It had no power anywhere. In order to get any power, you'd have to like max the RPMs out on it. And then like the suspension was just like god awful. And I mean, it's so you get a bike like that, right? It's almost unsafe. That's what Trevor's dealing with right now is a CRF 250. Yours, the rally version? No, the regular.
It's the L, yeah.
So what you pay for that bike right up front? Like normally you'd think to yourself like, well, it's a cheap bike. I can just throw these parts on it. But what does it cost to do a full suspension?
Let
What
me
does
tell
it
you,
cost to
right.
upgrade the brake and put guards on?
Best
Like,
thing
half
about
the price
that
you paid for
bike
the bike.
is it's still going.
Yeah,
Your
it's brand
friends-
fucking new.
Your friends have tried to kill it.
Dad,
It has
listen, it
cartwheeled.
still has like 1,000 miles on it, or like 1,200 miles. Like it's like it's 1,200 hard miles with a new rear subframe and handlebars and this and that. But I'm just saying, like,
No, but that's
if you
the
ever
advantage of
drive,
that.
if you ever ride behind him on trails, I cannot believe he's at speed with us. And then when it's all dusty, all you see is this rear brake light. Like this, you just see a red light in
Flapping.
the dust, yeah, and you're
Flapping
like
like a flipper.
and you know, like I'm just kind of going over the top of him, like boop, 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 like right through, and he's feeling and hitting every single thing, and then he's not rebounding. It's just like the whole thing. And I said to him, I was like, well, you know, maybe just get something that's set up for you and get some suspension. I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, well,
Maybe that
good shit's
maybe
going to
that-
be like $2,500.
Maybe that's
Right?
just
Like-
cursed. I've been with that bike. I've been with that bike since you bought it. I
Yeah.
remember when Bodge Bell snapped the handlebars off of it, and we had to bodge it on the way home.
Those
Then
handlebars have been replaced 3 times.
And then I remember doing surgery on the side case with Trevor with steel stick.
Yeah. Did you see the
Johnson
subframe?
Valley. No.
Did you? But you saw like this. Saw how the subframe was like crushed into the tire.
It broke off in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because too much
when
weight.
Well, he endoed. He,
Oh, no.
He flipped over the front off the bars, and then the bike continued, and the whole back end smashed him
Oh,
right on his shoulder.
dude.
But like where the subframe hit him, the weight of the bike landed right on it, so it just, and then it just kept going.
Wow.
And then I remember I had my drone and I'm all flying it over, and I'm like, I'm way far away, and I'm watching. I'm like, that looked
Like,
like
I hope I got that.
I was like, oh, that was a pretty gnarly fall, but like, why is he just sitting there? Why is it like, get up, bro, let's
Because
go.
those bikes in 4 pieces.
Just so then like after about 5 minutes, he's sitting there looking at it like, what the fuck, dude? And I like land it and I go down there and he's like, yeah, like I don't know, like something stuck in the tire, and I'm like, bro, the whole back end of the bike is.
Well, that happened to me and Liza. We were riding Pozo. Remember Pozo down there?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why does my shock feel like it blew out? I'd been carrying my tool roll on the back of my KLX.
Yeah.
And it snapped the subframe in the back, and the rear fender
Yeah.
was bouncing up and down as I was riding out.
If you watch his video, like he went over a tabletop, and like I always say, like from the day it happened, I was like, oh, I think you blipped the throttle as your front tire just cleared the front, meaning that your front tire is sitting on the top, and then you blipped it, and the back end just came up like that. But now I'm not convinced. Now I think he compressed into it, and every time he goes into something that's got more than like 2 or 3 feet, he's still going up it while the back goes like this and then springs back up on him every time. So he's learned to like go at speed with 500s and other bikes on something that's like that, which is impressive. But then it catches up, and that's what I'm saying. It's like the bikes are just like, it's a death trap, and then like, you're not going to put the money into it like a bike that just is wimpy up a hill and just has no power to get it for what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
He's reminded of the Bukaki Dave story.
Emma, I have a
God,
question for
yeah.
you. But before I do,
Even
just an announcement real quick. Our guest tonight has had to reschedule. Something's come up with family.
Okay.
Oh, that happens.
he's going to have to recompense.
That happens.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we demand compensation. We demand it.
Ice cream is good.
But Emma, I want to know from
Proclivity
you,
is
because you
important.
stayed quiet. I threw out a question. I'm gonna make it a little more
All right.
exact. In the last 25 years, what's the worst bike ever made?
I don't think that's a fair question.
You got to segment it, right? Into different categories.
I mean,
Well,
well,
No, I mean there's going to be
Okay.
some
Well,
horrible bikes
what's
that come
the
to
first
mind.
thing that comes to your mind?
And we
Don't
know.
stop
hold
thinking
on,
about it.
Hold
What
on,
was
we
the first thing?
we know that there are bikes that are quite good, but they're just the wrong time. Like the GB500 becomes,
Right.
it was just the wrong time.
The Gore
And so it's
Blimey
not
500.
necessarily something that only came out for 1 year. Sometimes it has more to do with
The worst, look,
economics, you know.
the worst bike is any bike that is so unsuited for the purpose you or the rider of the bike is putting it to, and you just keep doggedly trying with an unsuitable bike. The fact of the matter is,
CRF 250.
bikes made these
Unkillable.
days, there aren't that many stinkers. There really aren't, because they're made to a certain standard now. You know,
Yeah, but there has to be something that's failed. I mean, I'm not
How about
talking
the Buell
about
Blast?
there are a lot of
Little
people
Buell.
who love Buell Blasts.
I'm talking about something that just has failed on. At
What about like
everything.
on a maintenance? Like, what's the last bike in the world you want to see rolled up into Moto Town?
Oh, I'll fix them all.
I know you will. But what's the last one you want to see?
I'll fix them all, darling. I struggle with Harleys just because they are so fucking heavy. Everything weighs so
Like
much.
Cast iron frames.
Yeah, cast iron frame, big, heavy wheels. And of course, I've only got so much strength. So I do tend to struggle in terms of weight. But
let me throw out some, and I know these are bikes that people will love, but just for example, a Boss Haas.
see, a Boss
Is
House
that
has got its place. I don't think that's
they
a
love
bad
it, but
bike.
it's horrible at everything, right? It's not made to be a
Let me
good
tell you,
motorcycle.
if I lived in Nebraska and I just wanted to go from Omaha to wherever, 100 miles down a dead straight highway, I think it'd be a marvellous place to be. Sitting on like a 900-pound V8 motorcycle burbling underneath you. I think it'd be bloody great. All you need is some Bob Seger song playing in your helmet. And it's America, isn't it?
So what about the 883?
No, the 883 is a great little bike.
But the Street 500.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that's a contender there.
Yeah.
That could be a stinker.
No, just
Because they were trying to make something to a market for a cost, and I think that they failed.
I don't think either the Street 500 or the Street 750 are fundamentally bad motorcycles.
The quality of the chrome alone. Do you remember seeing a bike that was less than a year old that had rust and pitting on the forks?
Well, I mean, to be
that
fair,
to me
that
is a huge ding.
Right, but there are a lot of bikes that are built down to a budget that will do the same thing. It certainly isn't the greatest bike that
That's
Harley
the bike
have ever-
Jonathan had.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it had rust. I mean, it was cheaply made.
Right.
Was to me the where I told people don't buy it. It's cheaply made.
However,
not because it's too small or underpowered. It was cheaply made.
Right. But right now, and to be fair, Jonathan was not the world's greatest keeper of bikes. There are people who own them who absolutely love
But
them.
there are people who love PC 800s. I'm saying there are people who love everything.
Yeah, and
So
that's
take that away. That's
so
you can't use that.
Well, no, you
There's
can.
people who love Motuses. There's people who love Goldwings. There's people who love CX 500s.
So now we're getting
Right.
into the fundamentals.
I'm just saying,
of-
take away the argument of people love it. Take that away.
Oh, I think that's everything, though. Because we don't ride motorcycles because we have to.
Can you
We
name
ride
a bike
motorcycles
that
we
nobody
love to.
loves?
Yeah, that BMW, the 1200 chopper thing they had.
Oh, the
Oh,
there's-
I know. There's some people
Oh,
who are
that's-
fanatics
there's one
about
on
that.
the wall
The one that
behind you.
Jonathan
Ugliest
has.
ass.
So the
Yeah.
C1100, C1200,
That thing is
C1200.
ugly as
That was a
sin.
Dalton
No,
bike.
the R1200C.
That bike.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Right there. The
Yeah.
R1200C. Is
That bike is the best sidecar tug ever made.
But it's not poorly made.
No, it's very
Right.
nicely made.
It's not successvel.
And I know
And it may be
plenty of
ugly, but
people
it's
to.
not
And
poorly
then,
made.
again, John, as ugly as they are, they certainly have a following. And having owned
Yeah.
one, and ridden a couple of them, it is a very, very nice place to be. It's a really nice bike to ride. Far nicer than you think it's going to be.
So
what I'm hearing is every bike was a success.
no,
No,
'cause-
that's not what we're asking. That's not what we're saying.
Emma,
Can I throw one out there?
yes,
Yeah.
please.
How about the Hyosung GT650R?
Oh,
yeah.
any heel song.
I was trying to,
Yeah.
you see, I was trying to avoid the Chinese-made bikes in general.
This isn't Chinese.
Chinese. Are those Korean?
It's Korean.
Yeah, Korean.
South
Well,
Korea.
Republic of China.
No,
it's
South Korea.
South Korea.
South
Okay.
Korea. Hyosung. So
It's
Yeah.
Ohio South, not
Yeah.
Ohio North. You know.
I mean,
There's
they've made engines
Yeah.
for Suzuki. They're supposed to be, a major manufacturer, but the quality on these bikes was not very good from what I recall,
Right.
right?
you are right, and I remember somebody who I knew who bought one from a local dealer down in Salinas, and within a couple 100 miles, the engine seized. And they took it back to the shop, and were told, "Sorry, we don't have any replacements for you."
Jeez.
And
man.
the actually, I mean, you'll probably appreciate this. The owner was saying, "No, that's not covered," or "No," like it was giving them the runaround.
right.
The head mechanic was so pissed off, he pulled an engine out of a bike on the floor, put it in his bike, and then quit.
Right. That sounds about
Called him,
right.
said, "Come get your bike. I just quit."
Nice.
Because yeah, like that shouldn't happen. And then the owner, and I mean, why would an owner be playing that dog and pony show unless
Right.
the brand is not supporting
And
them?
it's so. Let's
You
put,
may be right.
I think I have a candidate.
Let's put Hyosung in there. Let's
Yeah.
put a lot of the sort of the quirky manufacturers. The only problem with that argument is a lot of people are buying these bikes because it's all they can afford.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure whether I want to be the person who points a finger and says, that is a shit bike, just because you can't afford a product like that from Japan. I don't think that's entirely
I think I got
fair.
it. I think I got it. And I know people love it, but the Ural. In terms of fit and finish and quality and
Shots fired.
Gosh.
Do you remember when? Am I making this up? Was it Long Haul Paul who did a thing where he was going to ride
You have just
like,
really upset Raymond.
long distance on
I'm
one?
sorry.
And they
Really
kept,
upset
They kept going
Raymond.
through engines.
but they're underpowered. They just don't handle. I mean,
That-
fit and finish is bad.
You
I
know
do
what?
remember one time I was up in the mountains after, the fires, and they were doing a lot of logging, so the roads were closed, and a guy pulled up next to me on a Ural. And he happened to be, I can't remember, but he has like a popular ADV website. And
Right.
We chatted for a bit because the road was closed for a while. And then they opened the road and off we went back. We're heading to the coast, and I was, of course, a little quicker than the Ural. And stopped in Davenport for a tea and a scone. And who pulls up was Ural Sidecar Man. So we chatted again, but he wasn't pulling up. His Ural had died. Do you remember Emma? And he's
Yes.
like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he's looking
Yeah, you
at
called
it.
Emma, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
looking at it like an old cow at a new gate. And I'm like, hey, I can call a friend. And he's like, what? Next thing you know, hello, Jim. And we
hello.
and we diagnosed the Ural
Yeah, and we got
problem
him
from the
going.
side of the road. Yes, and I assume he made it back because
Well, didn't Johnny
I went-
Mack have one and had all kind of problems with it? One of the Cleveland guys.
I don't know.
I think I
Well,
vaguely
I mean,
remember that.
they are. I mean, these are rudimentary machines that
It's already a
are
knockoff.
Very old design. I mean,
Right.
they've added some modern technology like fuel injection to some of the more recent ones, but they are they're crude. They're meant to be that way. But
yeah.
the advantage with that though is that you can fix it with a rock and baling wire. So it has its disadvantages, but it also has its advantages.
And I wanted to further clarify, like, I don't think we're going to count things like California Scooter Company because they don't really have dealerships, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But you know who there are dealers for? Royal Enfield.
Yeah.
I think
You
that
see
has to be
now-
on the list.
They've had some bad ones.
Yeah, Royal
Yeah.
Enfield have been on a quest over the last 30 years to really improve quality control of their bikes.
Yes.
And they are getting a lot better, a huge amount better. But up until probably 10 years ago, they were struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're buying a 650cc twin that looks great, looks every inch as good as a Bonneville, for half the price, for like $6,000 out the door. So, we're back in this.
You got no resale though on the other side, though.
Yeah, but we're back in the, pointing at somebody who can't afford a Bonneville, going, "Ha, your bike's shit because you can't afford a Bonneville." And I'm not sure I want to be that person.
Would you buy a 10-year-old Bonneville or a brand new Royal Enfield?
I don't know.
10-year-old Bonneville.
No, actually, well, me personally, I'd buy the Enfield and just tear it apart.
Yeah, but you're different than the average person, though.
Yeah, I'm not like the others. But you see, that's the point. So we get back now. Now we're talking about the used bike market, and that's the Wild West.
Yeah.
So
10-year-old Bonneville, anything can have happened to it.
Right.
And a lot of people simply aren't confident enough in themselves to buy a 10-year-old used bike. So they go for the new bike. And a new Bonneville's what, $12,000?
Mm-hmm.
Or an Enfield Interceptor's
6.5. Yeah.
So there you go. It's half the price. Is it half the bike? I think it's a lot more than half the bike. And it does come with a warranty. It actually comes with a warranty. And yes, the fit and finish isn't as good as the Triumph. But is it half as good?
well,
You're losing on the back end, though. That's the thing.
I'm going to throw out another one, and this may seem weird, but I'm going to say zeros. And here's why. You don't want to touch a 10-year-old zero right now. Right?
Well, I think that's a slightly different thing because that's just how fast the technology is moving.
Exactly. And this is a whole nother factor. My point. There was on I think Facebook in the Zero group, somebody said, "Hey, I'm looking at a 2011 FX. Batteries are dead, but they only want $500." And the guys were like,
"No shit.
Great. Buy for $500, and then you're going to put $2,500 into new batteries, and then you've got an $800 bike."
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And it's not that it's poorly made, it's that the technology is changing so much faster that within right now 8 years something is worth nothing.
They should do a buyback.
Well, they have done that on the newer ones. They did offered upgrades for they did, but I'm just saying it's the technology is advancing faster. They made the best bike they could at the time.
Right.
Right?
And I think that's an important point to remember, especially when we talk about the cheaper bikes like the Ural, like the Royal Enfield. These people are making the best bikes they can, bearing in mind, number one, where they're made, and number two, the budget for the bikes. So it's a tough. It's far easier to pick the best bike than the worst bike, without trying to sound all sort of weird and accusatory.
The 10-year question is really interesting to me because it's if I was going to buy anything 10 years old, it'd be Japanese. I mean that's my first stop. Maybe a Harley, depending on how it was cared for. But I'm not looking at a 10-year-old KTM for the most part.
What about my shovelhead?
That's different though. I would buy your shovelhead. Not. But but I'm not looking at a 10-year-old KTM or a Husky or even sometimes BMWs. You're kind of like
I wouldn't buy my shovelhead.
Why not?
Why? Because you've got those ridiculous ground pounders on it. If you would have put
seriously still going on about those?
I'm no. You need to put the fishtails back on it.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I'll never talk to you again. I will never forgive you.
I don't know about that.
Stupid ground pounders. This is a classic machine.
I'll run them for the spring. I'll bring it to you, and you can put them back on.
I'll put them back on. I'll put them back on for free. This is how strongly I feel. What?
They look so fucking cool.
What, the ground pounders?
Yeah, no. The ground pounders look good. The fishtails are just kind of, I don't know.
No, the fishtails.
Listen, the bike is so sleek and slimline and just like
the fishtails are the fishtails everything. Just no, they are everything on that bike.
It's like taking a car and putting like a truck bed on it.
I don't know if you have fishtails, you need to have white walls.
No, he doesn't. I'm
just saying.
Fishtails.
Well, I'm waiting for these tires to wear out.
It's anybody who puts ground pounders on.
Are you calling me a pussy?
No, I am calling you an escapee from a lunatic asylum.
Are you calling me a squid?
No worse. No worse. A candidate for a straitjacket.
Oh my God, that bike looks so sexy.
No, it doesn't. It looked better with the fishtails on
But
it.
I could sit there and just look at the bike and just be like,
Well,
yeah.
I could too. But it
That
will be
bike is so
ridicule
fine.
over the exhaust system.
Does it give you a boner when you look at it, Mike?
Yeah, I get jealous because I own the bike. You know what I mean?
I'm just curious when you're going to make Freya a chopper.
Another one. He had one when she was like, what?
Yes, I mean, as
I'm interested.
Knocked one out.
Yeah.
No, we need Freya needs some desert
Oh wait,
time.
okay, but can you make a chopper out of like a PW50?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh,
I
yeah.
saw a scooter chopper today.
you can chop
Absolutely.
anything.
I was thinking about getting one of the pitsters because I can get them plated, and then get like a mini chopper, and then I'd put like a 70s themed paint job on it, like kind of real weird retro colors.
Dude.
And then Freya can
Oh,
come on
flake.
group
You know
rides.
what? Flake green.
Yeah, but the problem is though, especially with the little mini choppers, when they get at speed, like if the kid's not super familiar with centrifugal force and leaning, the turning radius on them is just horrible. Do you remember the baby chopper, the Strider? I had a little 7-year-old boy get on it because I was like, let me see, how this bike can go. Like, I know Freya can't do
Fell
it.
off it.
I cited-
I swear to God, the thing folded like origami right in the middle, and the kid could not figure this thing out because it didn't turn. It folds. Yeah, the whole bike
Well,
bends
what you
in
could
the
do,
middle.
what you could do, so what you could do for Freya is do a bobber with the stock. You do the stock,
Like Lucky Charms?
regular steering head angle,
Yeah.
and just put little apes on it. So make it a little bobber.
Yeah. She'd like
yeah,
that.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, and chop the rear off.
She'd be rock and roll. I was thinking about getting her a pocket rocket though.
Really,
Yeah, so she can rip around the yard because it's all paved and stuff.
like the X1.
Yeah, like a little mini and she could race and she could really be Marquez. I'll get her some leathers and stuff.
Nice.
Hey, just curious, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
If she was to crash, who would you call?
I should just tell her to get back up again. We sing the song when she crashes from Trolls. Get back up again, and I'll start singing it, and then she's like, get back up again. It works every time.
That's awesome.
So I'm sorry, that is the wrong answer. The correct answer is call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS
Oh no.
because your case evaluation is free and they don't get paid until
So
you
Freya
get
could sue
paid.
her father with law tigers?
I'm an S corp.
Okay,
so
you know what?
I'm insulated.
Full disclosure. I'm about to read an ad from Law Tigers, but you know what? I wanted to give a little more background about this. Normally, our advertisers would pay us to read their advertisement, as Emma would say. This one is a little more special, and there's a reason I've been reading these. In this case, Law Tigers donated money to MotoGo.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yes, you guys remember MotoGo Cleveland
they're great.
teaching kids how
Yeah.
they donated a good bit of money, and I agreed to give them advertising because of it. Because
Right
I
on.
figured this is full support all the way around.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing, and hopefully you'll get the kids into wrenching.
Yeah, I
as
donated
well.
to Moto Ho, where they get these prostitutes off the street. They teach them how to ride motorcycles.
It's a different kind of ride they're giving, though.
It's a different ride entirely. It really is. It's only one
So-
gear,
You still might need law tigers.
Might need law doctors, too.
So Law Tigers, let me tell you a little bit about Law Tigers, Mike. They should be the first call you make after a motorcycle accident. Why, you say? Because they fight for motorcycle riders and their families to get the compensation they deserve. It's true. We're all out there on the road taking the risks. We have to remember the risk we're putting our families at. So having somebody like Law Tigers, they know how to deal with the insurance companies. They've got over 20 years of experience. They'll handle your case with the respect and dignity you deserve, because the insurance company, they want to get away with paying the lowest. Have you ever had them just send you a check? You've learned the trick, right? Don't accept the check. If they just send
that
you
happened
something,
to me.
right? When you have a lawyer on your side who knows what they're doing, suddenly that money goes up because they're not going to tell
This
you.
is how it works. They come up and say, "Here, sign this paper, and we'll give you a one-time check for $1,500."
Yeah.
That's how it works.
It really is. Even for small stuff, anytime you're dealing with an insurance company, even your own, not just someone else's, but your own, you should get, talk to an attorney like Law Tigers.
Representation.
Exactly. They can help you get your motorcycle and gear repaired or replaced. They know how important your motorcycle is to you. So after it's been in an accident, give them a call at 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, and they'll give you the help that you need. Emma, that's 1-800-LAW-TIGERS.
They're great.
That's why I feel good reading those ads, because...
and I think a good backup is life insurance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow, you really brought us down.
Whoa.
Man, you went down. Jeez.
All right.
Mike, it's been a while since you've been here. We need to catch up with you a bit.
Oh, okay,
Anything new in your garage?
Well, I got the CBR 1000 track bike.
Yeah.
I'm selling it because I got the Ninja 400 2021 or whatever it was. Brand new.
I think we all agree that was a good decision.
Oh, that bike is sick. It's so much fun. Mm-hmm. And then I can tell you a funny story. I was going to go Laguna Seca. I was like obsessed over I just want to hit the corkscrew. And, and it was in December and everyone was like, oh, the rain, the weather. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. And then we got hit with that couple weeks of rain. And then there was a clear up. And I was watching every day intently. And I packed up my trailer and they had 2 days. They had Sunday and Monday. And then I called and wrote them a message. I was like, looks like it's going to rain like all through the weekend. Can we get a refund? And they're all, 2 weeks out, you have to call 2 weeks before and then you get a refund. I was like, seriously? Okay, whatever. Fuck it. And then I get an email like on, Thursday saying we canceled Monday because it's going to be a monsoon, but Sunday is still probably going to happen. And I said, okay, I got a refund for Monday. And I got my trailer packed Saturday night. This is a night, Ari's birthday was that night, that day. And I'm getting ready to go, watching the weather. I'm checking every weather report, and it looks to me like rain will start at 1. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I paid for it. Get down there. It's an hour away. It's not that big of a commitment. If I'm packed the night before, I get a couple sessions, and I could ride the corkscrew and say I did it,
I have to say, even on a parade lap, the corkscrew is menacing.
Yeah.
You're coming up over that hill and you can't see the other side.
Yeah, you just look across a valley. That's all you see is pavement ends and there's mountains of 2 miles away.
It comes up a hill, and then suddenly there's a descent and to the left.
Yeah, and it descends a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, so then I get it, and I'm up at 4:30, ready to go. Get there early, and I had gone through a lot of work to get everything ready for this, like assist suspension and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some upgrades, and I get there. I get up at 4:30. I check the thing again, and boom, And this is after a week and a half of just steady rain all day and night. Right? We get this little lull, and I check it at 4:30 in the morning, and it's like it had shifted from 1 to 8, and I'm like, so now it's gonna rain from 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, all right, that's it. Fuck it. Day's dead. There's nothing I could do. I did everything I possibly could, so I don't feel bad.
Did you sleep in your tracksuit?
No. Oh, I can tell you another cool thing.
That.
So then I get up at 8:30 because the kids are like slapping me around and shit, and I get up and I'm like, fuck it, let me go check the weather. And I look and I'm like, clear skies till 2, maybe 2:30. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So if I get in the thing now and get down there, it's gonna be like 10 o'clock, and just my luck, it'll rain. And by the time I'm suited up and ready to go, and do tech, it's like almost like noon, right? So I was shot. And then I'm checking my Instagram every like hour, and I was so crushed. I was like I don't know. I was disappointed, and I couldn't. And then I'm watching the Instagram, and the guys are like joking around, like, ha ha ha, what's up? Oh, nothing. We're just like, we consolidated the groups, and we're doing 40-minute sets.
Oh, jeez.
Just
how fun would that be?
Oh my God. Like seriously, like I could not believe it. And another thing is,
next time, don't trust the weatherman.
yeah. And that's the thing is, like, that's not my style. My style is show up no matter what and then figure it out. And it doesn't work. Like, it's just how I roll.
Well,
But
it only takes 45 minutes to get there. It's not like
I know,
it's that far
but
away.
it's like, I was just, whatever. And then I also ordered a custom suit from Mythos. And I just got it in the mail.
Mentos?
Mythos. And it's sick. I mean, because when I wear my other suit, the suit
It's
that I could
mint
find that
color.
was best like suited for me, I mean, you're like in this position, just standing up. But the Mythos suit is pretty sick. I mean, and they did everything with me online. Like I would talk to them, video conference, do all the measurements, and I mean, it's such a huge difference wearing that versus my like off the shelf suit. Like it really is super comfortable, and I can like pull the top part off relatively easily. Yeah. So
Good.
Anyway, I'm going to get rid of the 1000, and I'm going to move my KTM 300 over there, and then I'm going to buy another Fat Tire 190. And then the next thing I'm doing is a cafe.
And the one bike in your stable that I'm most intrigued by is the SWM.
What of it?
Well, it's a bike that a lot of people haven't heard of, and we all learned about it through you.
Yeah.
And
it's sick.
So your report, it's a legit good bike?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing is like, it's
Because
gnarly.
Emma's report is that it's a piece of shit.
Is that true, Emma?
Absolutely not, Mikey.
No, that bike is sick. I mean, it's got like...
You know, having just spent the whole podcast saying there are no shit bikes, wouldn't it be a surprise if the only shit bike on the road was your SWM?
All I can say is not yet. And I mean, every time I drive with Jim, I mean, that's the bike I have. And you know, it keeps going.
But funnily enough, I was actually over at Wheelride earlier this week, just grabbing a pair of fork seals that my wholesaler let me down on, and I looked at one, and they're good. You know,
Yeah, I rode Mike's. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it at all. And even seeing it in stock trim, because yours is so messed about with now.
Yeah.
But when you see a stock one, I mean, it is a nice quality piece of kit. I mean, it's not Japanese standard, but it's not far short of it.
It's so identical to the Husky TE510 that I could not, because I had sold my Husky TE510, and I walk in the dealership and I see the shiny red head on this bike and the tubes and stuff, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that a fucking Husky TE510? And Rich is like, and he does a story to me that I do to everyone. I'm like, wow, here's a story about it. And I was like, dude, that's a fucking Husky. And I just sold it because I couldn't find parts for it. Now you're telling me SWM is making all those parts in the engine? Are you fucking kidding me? I love that bike. So I bought it right off the bat. And it's been awesome. But I did a bunch of single track on in Hollister recently. And I will say, I mean, I don't know if it's a wheelbase or like the height of it. Somebody could have managed that a lot better on that bike than me. But normally I'm able to kind of flick stuff through. And it was like one of the one times I was riding with some good riders, Yuri and Jason, who's going to Ayresburg and shit. And they're just, no problem. And Yuri's got like a little, what the hell is his bike? It's like a 110 with a 250 motor.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
really
Highly
short,
modified.
flickable. Like, so obviously he's ripping through. And then my buddy Jason, he's on like a 2-stroke, like 200 Husky.
Well, one guy does Isle of Man, the other guy's going to Ayresburg.
Yes,
So,
yeah. So I'm not
Perspective.
comparing myself, but I will say, you know what I mean. Just like it was very easy for them, but I think that even with them on my bike, there was a couple of like really short turns where you need to like you're going this way, and then it's kind of like a berm, but it's a single track. So you have to like get the bike up, but lean it on the right angle to get it around to stay on track. And if you don't, you're driving off a cliff. See, there's not a lot of margin for error, but the problem was I was like, I don't even know how the fuck you do this with my wheelbase being as wide as it is. Because I'm like, at some point, like, no matter what, like, I'm rolling over this part. Like, I can't get it to go around. It won't.
So, yeah, these guys are turning with the rear wheel. They're just breaking the rear.
So, Jim,
you
how
get to the
much
front
shorter
and then
is
drop
your... Is the 450 you have, is it much shorter wheelbase than
I don't know. I mean, they're very different bikes.
It's a good few inches.
Mike, I'm
Really?
not making fun of you, but is it possible it had more to do with skill level than it did the bike?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I wouldn't take... I mean, listen... I don't claim to be a great dirt bike rider because the thing is, at almost 40, I just want to have a good, fun weekend.
Yeah.
I want to go explore.
Are you nearly 40, Mike?
I want to be, I'll be 40
Wow,
this year.
good
but
Lord.
I just want to have fun. I want to feel confident that when we go and exploring around California, that like I'm capable of doing certain things. I have no intention of rock crawling. Yeah. I have no intention of jumping like 15 feet down or like jumping off with my back leg Supermaning. That's never going to be me.
So you're going to keep it, you think? Or are you going to try to change it up?
Well, I mean, like, the problem is, like, after riding that and a few other things, like Forest Hills, some more single track over there, like, I took out my 2-stroke, which I fucking hate, is like KTM 300, because it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. And it does not... listen, I rode another 300, brand new, like 2021, and I swear it was like I felt like there was like angels singing as I was riding the bike. I swear everything felt like it was like, no, you're good, dude. Like, no, you can do that.
No,
like,
I didn't build you an engine like that.
Everything,
Mike.
You know how they talk about the RC11?
Yeah.
How it had like nothing on it, and it was like the world's dangerous bike. It was the most beautiful bike, and I'll have one at some point. But like there was like nothing to it that was safe, and it was just like gnarly fast and crazy. That's how my KTM 300 is. But in Forest Hills, like I was way more confident on that one because it's a rocket. You can get out of stuff, but like it's light and it's
flexible.
It just feels a little bit lower, and you can kind of throw it back and forth. With that one, if you're up and your balance is off on it, like the weight's just the way it sits high enough is that you're gonna go over.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's great for desert. I feel like it's great for some of the other stuff that we do. Some shit in Hollister, the big whoops, adjusted suspension, but there's huge limitations on it because of the size. And you would look at it and you'd be like, oh, it's a 500. What can't you do? There's some stuff, that a 400 would be more.
Part of the
for.
problem with the 300 is my fault because if
don't even talk to me.
Turned it into a beast.
well, no,
Dude,
well
that thing's
because
hell. That thing is the devil.
no, I've always
fucking
been
devil.
very, very lucky with two strokes, as I know how to get them to make big power. So I did a little bit.
Mike, right? Like,
I did a little bit of port work on yours, and I'd probably give you. I think I probably gave you another 10 horsepower on that thing.
I didn't need it. I needed 30. I needed 30.
Well, no,
I needed 30 less. I needed 30 less.
But it was a gift.
Can you ride it in rain mode?
Listen,
That's what he needs.
that fucking bike. I swear to you, it's fucking terrifying. So like the whole thing about it, right, is that like it's so like incremental. Like this is whap. That's like flat out.
Yeah.
This is flat out, and I'm talking like an eighth turn, right, just barely touching it. Now imagine hitting a fucking jump or a bunch of whoops, and you're trying to but keep the bike going to not lose the front, momentum.
It'd be like you had your finger on the W key and didn't take it off on the computer.
Yo,
Just
for real.
www.
Because if you blip the throttle on a jump on that thing, this thing is going to embed into a tree.
Yeah.
It's going to fly out and spin like a stop sign in a hurricane right into a fucking tree. And you're going with it. You're going to be like that Excite bike on
Mikey's gonna be
Nintendo.
like, I didn't know I knew how to backflip.
No, I didn't want to. Like it'll be like one of those like memes where you just keep spinning into space. Like it's fucking scary.
I wanted,
Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to make a couple announcements. Next weekend, we're doing a thing. We're having a little outing.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. We've talked about Twister Road for years now, right? But they're now getting dealers to sign up. Who have I assume that they're not the new bikes on the floor. I assume maybe they're trade-ins or.
I don't know. I think they might have started off as new bikes. I did not get
demo
my
models.
first choice because apparently somebody crashed it.
What'd
Oh.
you end up with?
So hold on.
All right.
So we're all going over and renting bikes from a dealer and going for a nice little test ride. I was thinking of maybe going up to Lick Observatory.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Right?
That'd be a fun ride.
So
It's
Emma,
gonna be cold up there, though, isn't it?
yeah.
If
We
I
don't
stay-
care.
If I stay in the middle of the pack, can I go? That's a day after I get my LASIK.
No, you can be
Maybe
fine.
not.
What if you tow rope
We'll
me?
tether you. We'll tether you.
Yeah, and Bluetooth me like we're stopping.
But the whole
now.
point is we're trying bikes we haven't tried. And
Yes.
as I revealed last week on the show, I've never ridden a Triumph Bonneville. I've rented a Bonneville.
You've never ridden a 73 Shovelhead either.
No. So
With ridiculous
and-
ground pounders on it.
So, John, what bike did you rent?
I ended up with the Indian Bobber.
Oh, that's what she was
Is
going
that
to
the
rent.
Scout?
Yeah, and I got kicked out
Well,
of the
they
Indian.
said no first, and then Twisted Road contacted me and said, I think I can get that bike for you. And I'm like, great, I'll take it.
Oh, so Emma.
Sorry, Emma.
I thought you were trying to get that, but
I
you weren't
was,
fast
and
enough.
Twisted Road reached out to me and said, I can get you that bike, and never followed up. So I couldn't get it.
So, have you got anything reserved yet?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a Bonneville, but I've ridden tons of them. So it's not-
Bonneville?
yeah, well, Street Twin.
Street Twin.
Street Twin, but I've ridden it.
Why
I've
don't
ridden
you get a Roadmaster?
No, I mean, I want some fun.
Yeah.
Roadmaster.
That's why I didn't want that.
I rode a Roadmaster cross country.
Yeah, but
I
going
had
up the
a
lick
lot
in
of-
those tight-
I had a lot of fun on it.
Yeah.
There were parts when we were
Jim,
going
that's your
through.
bike. Get the Roadmaster.
Let me tell you something. When we were going through, even remember when we went from Southern California to Vegas and we were going over the mountain?
Yes.
And were you still with us, or did you head back after that?
No,
you
I
had
was,
back
I was
after
in
that.
the Reno to San Francisco.
Haley
run.
and I were up front on she was on a Chief and I was on a Roadmaster. We were up front and just hitting those curves because by that point we were really confident. There were people on smaller bikes that couldn't keep up with us.
Well, you'd already done how many miles on those things?
Like 2,000 or something. They performed really well.
Right.
Was really comfortable.
Oh, yeah, I've got absolutely no doubt about
So-
it. I mean, we'll see when we get there. I mean, I'll see what they've got.
But the point is that we can all go to one location, pick up bikes, and go for a ride, and
It'll
I think
be fun.
have a fun
I'm with
day.
them. I'm just leaving it up to Destiny's Child to see what I
You better
end
make
up
sure
on.
they don't rent it to somebody else, though. That's
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to
Oh, go ahead and do
reserve
it.
something.
Don't go
Reserve.
chasing waterfalls, Jim.
Don't go chasing big
And then-
baggers.
The weekend after that, we're going to AIM Expo.
That's right, we're
Yeah,
going to
that'll be
Las
cool.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Viva.
and there's going to be flat tracking there, indoor flat tracking. There's going to be a lot going on, but it's not open to the public this time.
Oh,
This is more of just an industry event, but there's going to be lots of people we know there,
Well,
including Phil. Phil,
right on.
we got to meet up, man. He's staying at the same hotel.
Good things
Gonna
happen.
take
when
you guys
Phil's
to a
around.
strip club again.
Dudes, let's all get
If it's
naked and
Vegas,
run
they're
into Phil's
definitely
room.
going.
May I suggest that this is not the time to be going to a strip club in Vegas, of all places?
I disagree
but
entirely.
I did hear
Bagel.
some stories about you, Bagel, by the way.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
Bagel, that's
I
where
can
you
tell
go to
some
get the good
stories.
steak. Everyone knows
I hear,
that.
Good
I hear that
steak.
Bagel is the
No,
king of
I
the
just
strip club.
don't
That's
do
where
it.
Bagel goes for
I already
breakfast.
Bagel likes to make it rain, baby.
Yeah, I already tackled Phil once naked. I am not pushing my luck in that category at all.
I am looking
He'll have
forward to
his knee on my
seeing
head.
Philippe because
Yeah.
I believe he's just bought his very first Jaguar.
I saw a
Oh
picture.
yes.
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
And then the weekend after that is the Numb Nuts Challenge.
The nuts of numb.
Hey, there's still we got some more people have signed up.
Oh, good.
Mikey
We're
should do another
almost full. I
chopper.
want to have 10. I want to have 10 people, and we're almost filled up. And as we announced last week, you're now doing it here at the garage.
Yes.
which makes it a little more convenient for people here. And anyone is welcome to come down and mock the idiots.
Yeah. No, I mean
we
there
throw
will be
rotten vegetables?
mocking and rotten tomatoes and nudity.
You can't hurl vegetables, but you can hurl insults. How about that?
Yes, exactly. But yeah, if you would like to enter or watch the Numb Nuts, you can find our Facebook event on Facebook, NUMB Nuts, Numb Nuts, or you can email us and I'll sign you up, give you all the details. In fact, I'm loaning a bike to somebody already. And Emma, you might be loaning a bike to somebody.
Yes, apparently.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll choose something with a nice, uncomfortable seat.
And then one other quick announcement.
Yeah.
John has been hard at work.
Yep.
And he edited a video. It used to be Mike doing all our videos.
Yep.
Now John's taken over, and he did one from Bad Matt's Flat Track.
Oh, you did?
And Freya is the star.
Yeah.
She is the
She
star
should
in
be.
there.
That's her.
Yeah.
That's definitely her.
You got to get her a satin pink jacket with
Yeah.
whatever
Oh,
fox
she would
on
love
it.
it.
Oh yeah.
She would gemstones, rhinestones.
She's so
Totally, dude.
cute. That was so fun.
Yeah, so I'll be putting that up on our YouTube and our on our Facebook page. But I wanted to get to some emails. Emma, you have a lovely one there.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. And Jim, you should get yours ready. Those are both good ones for you guys to
Listo.
read. Emma first.
Okay, so this one is from Brian McCarthy. Oh, I know
Ooh, hey,
McCarthy
Brian.
as well. Hello, Emma. You say hello, Emma. And the Misfits from a new Patreon member. So you're just
Hey.
All right,
the
thank you.
other
Cheers.
Misfits.
That's
Thank
not
you.
Paul, right?
I seem to have a habit of doing things wrong. So far, they've all worked out. I only started riding 6 years ago. Well, you've done everything right so far, darling. My first motorcycle is a 2014 Yamaha Super 10. That's quite a big first motorcycle. I went straight from the NSF beginner class to Alberta Metro commuting traffic on it.
Jeez.
We have had 34,000 wonderful miles together. How's that wrong?
Well done.
That's awesome.
If loving that bike is wrong, I don't want to be right. My second is a 2003 Yamaha R6 track bike. Oh, that'll wake you up. And my first track day was at Barber Motorsports Park. It was a blast, but COVID slowed me down and I haven't had it out again yet. Hasn't had the bike out either. Ha, 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 ha. So anyway, in preparation...
Lonely winter.
Yes, it's been a long, lonely winter, Mikey. In preparation of turning 60 this year, as am I thought I'd try something completely different that equaled my age. I bought a 1962 Yamaha YD3. I'm planning to clean it up and make it safely rideable Survivor example.
What size? What size? bike is that?
YD3?
Yeah, 250 twin.
So is that a little trail bike?
No. It looks like a Honda Dream.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Blah, blah, blah. I've never had a two-stroke motor of any significance, so this 250 parallel twin will present me some challenges. For now, here's a picture of my current N+1. There's a picture of it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, is
It
that
looks a lot like the Joe.
Honda Dream, but less squareness.
Yeah.
It's quite round. Does Emma happen to have a checklist to check or test before trying to start and ride such an old bike? Oh, yes, darling. I will have further questions for Emma. I just ask that you please be gentle even when I'm doing it wrong. Oh, sweetie, I haven't got a mean bone in my body. And there is no real wrong way unless you attack it with a hammer.
Which sometimes, if it's the right hammer,
Yes, it can
does
be.
the job.
So YD3 is very, very interesting. You know, Yamaha, they only started importing bikes to the States in 56. So this represents 6 years in. And it's still quite a rudimentary bike in a lot of ways. However, it does have oil injection, so it has a separate oil tank. It was something of a pioneer with that. And it has got a dyno starter, which is also very interesting. So, in effect, it's electric start. You know, the elephant in the room with all two-strokes are the crank seals. The way they work is they draw their air-fuel mixture in underneath the piston. And then as the piston comes down, it squishes the air-fuel mixture up through the transfer ports and over the top of the piston where it gets squished when the piston comes up and ignited. On a bike of this age, I'm sure that the crank seals are going to be turning to mush. So you may be in for an engine strip. All you can do, make sure the gas tank is clean, make sure the carburetor is clean, make sure the points are gapped clean and gapped correctly. Make sure the plugs are clean and gapped correctly. And you have a decent battery in. One or two things is going to happen. It'll either start up and run like a dream, or it'll run like a three-legged horse. And if it runs like a three-legged horse and you've got compression moving from cylinder to cylinder and a stink of gasoline in the transmission, or gasoline dripping out of the dyno starter case, you know, you're going to be in for crank seals. But good luck. And little by little, you know.
Yeah.
It's been around, this bike's been around for 60 years, so what's the rush?
What a great project bike.
Oh, it's fantastic, and it looks absolute. The white walls are sublime.
Yeah.
Would you like to know an old hot rodder's trick for keeping a white walls white?
I would, yes.
Sure.
Toothpaste.
Ooh.
Just scrub it with toothpaste.
Yeah, little scrubbing brush and toothpaste to make your white walls nice and bright.
Brilliant.
Yeah, an old hot rodder taught me that.
Good
There
one.
you go.
All right, Jim, what you got there?
Okay, this is titled Podcast 451. Kind of like Fahrenheit.
I think
but
the
not.
last one.
Was oh yeah, okay, there you go. So hey all, this is from Mason Rickert. Hey Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Hey all, I just had a couple of thoughts on 451 that I just caught up on. Y'all were talking about the Hippo Hands wet cold weather riding fixes. I've used the California-made Motosport or Motoport overmitts, and they are the best $12 I've ever spent.
Nice.
That sounds like a good $12 right there.
That was 2 episodes ago when we debated the KLR and the DR. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and he left a link here. It's they call it like a nylon overmitten. It goes on. So I also love the bike debate. Thank you for that. I'm glad the DR won, as I loved my DR Sumo I had a couple of years ago.
I'm still salty about that, by the way.
Way better bike than the KLR.
Of course it is, darling.
Oh, stop it.
My. Okay, I've always been amazed when I hear the emails of people finding you guys, and that's great. The crew is pretty clear with Liza is the boss lady and the brains.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
No doubt about that.
She's the bossy lady with the brains. Emma is the oracle. Sees all, knows all, and
that's
is
true.
always a light in any storm.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Mason.
A beacon of hope.
Yeah.
There's no other
Yeah.
word for you. That's 3 words. But I tell you what, if you're on a motorcycle and you need hope, you are that beacon.
And you've got a broken down urinal. Who are you going to call? Emma!
Actually, Mikey would be the one to call for that. But
Yeah.
broken down urinal. That's right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. And I got a big truck, so.
There you go. And then Bagel is the scooter version of Emma. Well
Yeah.
said.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah.
I would not in distance champ. Knock is the youth voice.
You have no idea how old Knock is. He's an old man.
An old soul.
I like Knock.
He might be young, but he's pretty
like
old.
That guy from Big Trouble in Little China, the Asian dude.
I think he hangs out with young people more than the rest of us, though. So we'll give him credit for that. Then he goes on to say, "Now, Jim? ? You gave me this for that. Okay. I wanted to send a special shout out to Jim. All right, cool. Right on. Hey, shout out. I'm a long time every episode listener. Wow. And oh shit, my eyes. Listener and multi-gen Patreon t-shirt recipient. Cool. Right on. I think Jim's story deserves his own history hole. To the current listener, he's the ultimate person doing biker shit. Oh, that's generous. Wow.
I agree with that.
And he also makes me feel great about my motosexual ADD. Do tell. In search to find my perfect and current bike livery. But his story from trying to find out who these adults were that were allowing his barely teen daughter to hang out, to falling in love with and making bikes an integral part of his way of life is story worthy. Coming to motorcycling late in life and having it become such an important part of it is inspiring. Wow, that's cool. Thanks, awesome, man. Well, you're like twice as inspiring to me. I appreciate that. I mean that sincerely. Okay, I'm sure the rest of us longtime listeners miss the in-studio contributors, as well as special shout-outs to all the cats, and maybe Cat.
The cats.
I'm going to say Cat, too. All the cats. Mikey 3 times.
Yo.
Hey.
Doug, Lucas. And
What's up?
I know, right? Doug and Lucas. That's a good one there. And all the others who have certainly enriched my life, and all those who are lucky enough to have found M&M Podcast. Thank you. Keep up the great and important work. Mason. Cheers, Mason.
That's awesome.
On,
Thanks,
dude.
Mason.
Yeah, thanks, Mason.
All right, I think we have time for one more. You got one there, John?
I do. This is from Mike Prefontaine.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, that is a good last
That is
name.
good.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Hockey-
figure out if it's Italian, if he's a
player.
Guinea like
Any
me, or
relation
there's
to
something else
Steve?
going on.
No, I
That's
just...
Canadian. That's definitely Canadian.
Oh, is it Canadian?
It could
That's
be
Oregonian
Canadian or
now.
from the deep
He's a
south.
defenseman from the Ottawa.
Yeah, every time you watch a
Saskatchewans.
Canadian show, you always see Fontaine and
I'm
Prefontaine.
pretty sure it's
I had
from
fondue
Oregon.
the other day.
Yeah, Oregon.
I'm pretty
Steve
sure
Prefontaine.
Oregon's
Yeah.
Canada.
And we digress.
Oregon is Canada. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I started that. So, been a big fan of the show and love listening to your hilarious hijinks.
Tra-la-la.
Wah wah. My question to you is this: what is a good beginner bike that is good for the street but has some road capabilities?
Hayabusa.
I want a bike that I can take to work in the city, but can also go check out the forest roads on our fabulous Rocky Mountains. I'm 5'9", 260. Was thinking of the KLR 650 or the Honda CB 500X for a starter. And once I get more confident, move up to the Africa Twin, Suzuki V-Strom, or Tenere 700. What do you ride? Thanks again for the feedback and the great show. Mike from Vancouver, BC.
So
You're right.
And,
You're right.
Oh, I nailed it, huh?
You did. You totally did.
Look at that.
and there it is again. The same question comes up all the time.
I just saw a picture of a 2021 Honda CB 500X. It's got a big front wheel.
Really?
Ooh, there you go.
Yes.
Big as in 19-inch, probably.
No, I think it might have been a 21.
Ooh.
Oh,
There you
that
go.
changes the game right there.
I will have to toddle off down to the Honda dealer and have a look, but God, that's a good bike.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
That is a good bike. Far better than the KLR 650. Sorry, John.
But at the end of the day,
No,
I think,
actually, yeah, I believe that.
I'll say just dual sports. I think dual sports are
Yeah.
the best entry level bike, regardless, because then you can check it all.
250,
Conversely-
250, 300.
Yeah, small dual sports.
Hayabusa, stretch
Fresh.
the swing arm, put TKC 70s on it, or TKC 80s. Why not?
You may have to raise the front fender a little.
See, I think
No,
you should
take
just-
it off.
I think you should just go buy the T7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about as tall as a KLR.
Well, it gets
and-
back to price too, but yeah, do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's under 10 grand. Go buy the T7.
Do it.
I'm going to say the Adventure Scooter by Honda.
Oh, of course you are.
I really want that to be a thing. I think it's cool. I want it to be a contender in this category. I really do.
Oh, can I mention right quick, different subject? While we're on scooters, though, is the Blackjack, what was that scooter we had in here, that 150?
Oh, the Buddy.
The Buddy.
The genuine Buddy.
Yes, the genuine Buddy 150 was happily, I rode it back to its owner's house this morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she was ecstatic. So she couldn't believe it. It hadn't been ridden in 4 years.
That's
and
great.
Blah, blah, blah. So now
You push them in, and we ride them out.
yes, and I told her that if she ever wanted to give thanks, just come down on a Sunday and say hello to Emma.
And you've got video of me with my entire fist in the airbox of that thing doing an Italian tune-up, don't you?
Yes, that's true.
I was fisting the airbox.
Oh, didn't want to say that.
To go back and answer the email, I mean, we've already in this conversation talked about so many bikes that fit that, but it also comes down to your budget. If it's under $4,000, under 4 or 5 grand, then you're looking at these KLRs. If you have extra money to spend, you want to get a newer bike,
Right.
Or I mean, I love my KTM 690 Enduro. I mean, wow, right?
Might be a little hard for first bike.
I think,
Sure, but I'm just saying there are other bikes, or Mikey's SWM 500, you know?
They have a 300 version of that too.
You know, the important thing is to get a bike that you enjoy and you're comfortable with, because, you know, this is his first bike.
Right.
And you always want to be mindful that if you have a really shit experience with your first bike, you might think, you know, motorcycling's crap, when it isn't. It's brilliant, and it's absolutely everything. So you want to choose carefully and really, you know, spend the most you can afford.
Yeah, and know you'll drop it. So get something if you drop it, you're not going to like shit your pants. You'll be like, oh, I dropped it. And you'll pick it back up.
I still like that little rally raid of yours. It just needs that little bit of power.
You know, I rode that 250 today because I hadn't ridden it for a while.
God, they're brilliant.
I was doing 75 on the freeway, no problem with full-on knobbies. I mean, I might hang on to it for a while for my ride with town bike. I swear to God.
My house guest for Christmas, none other than famous musician and horseman Mike Beck.
Oh, he's my hero.
Went home to Montana. I actually took him up to the airport in the middle of the night on Wednesday morning. So I've been tooling around on his 225 Cero. Freaking
oh, they're fun.
Yeah, it's a great little bike.
God, it goes. That thing will do like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, people. I mean, where those bikes suffers like a loose hill climb or something like that, but trail biking and cruising around, they're great.
So then let's say CB500X.
I think that's the choice.
Is a great
there.
bike, and I will also then throw in, because you know I love to throw in a wild card, the Benelli TK502.
Interesting.
TK or not TK? That is the question.
I'm throwing in a wild card if you can find it. And it really comes down to what you can find now, because there's still a shortage of bikes to find. But Benelli TK502, may want to consider that.
So can we talk about my second gear conundrum with my Benelli?
No.
Okay.
No, we're sadly out of time.
Oh, boo. Well, I'll bring it to the table next week, because it's quite a good story.
But I have a question for Mike. Mike, did you submit a bike to the One Show?
For next year?
Yeah, this year.
22.
We're in it.
Oh, are we?
We're in it.
Did you miss the deadline?
No, yeah, we did. I can do it if you want. I
It's
can
not
use
up
my
to us.
trailer.
Could be Mikey 4
Did
times.
you submit a bike yet?
No.
You need to.
Yeah, I think
Well,
you need
I
to
have
do it
my
when
trailer,
you get
so we can-
home.
Listen, you send
Mike,
me whatever I
we're
need.
going. You
All right,
need
how
to
many
submit.
bikes can I bring?
When is it? It's in April?
It's at the end of April, beginning of May.
I'll bring
I
all
think.
my choppers.
That's
You
what
don't.
No,
you
need
gotta
to submit them.
and be accepted.
You have to be
Okay, fine.
accepted.
Well, send me whatever I need and I'll do it.
No, you do it.
Ew.
Fuck it, dude. Just show up and
Mikey, you're all grown up.
Oh my
Bro.
God.
All you go.
Yo,
Listen,
I'm
Mike,
running a
Mike.
business.
Listen, Mike. All you do is you go to the One Moto Show.
I'm gonna
You
have
go.
my secretary do it.
You go to One Moto
that
Show
Freya?
website. Are you
my
paying
actual
attention?
secretary.
Where? It's like dealing with an infant. You go to the One Moto Show website, you go to the Get Involved, you click on that, and you click on Submit a Bike. And then you tell them all about your bike and the best picture of it.
Okay, are you guys have a booth? Are you selling merchandise? What are you doing?
But we're going to attend, and people are submitting bikes. Did McCarthy
Enter
submit?
bikes
So
in the show.
McCarthy submitted the Hayabusa / Sportster. fingers crossed, Tubbo's going to be there again.
Are you submitting a bike? Because
Yeah.
I'm going to bring my trailer so I can.
Yeah,
fit
but
3
you
in
need
there.
to get accepted.
Fine.
You have
Okay.
to be accepted.
Fine, Liza.
Okay.
Ew.
So I think the idea is, Mike, if we can get 3 or 4, if we can get 3 or 4 misfit bikes together, and we arrive at the same time, we can take over a little
Well, we
corner
can do
of
that
the
if we use my
Zidell
trailer.
shipyard. But you need to submit the bike.
Okay,
it doesn't
I'll
matter whether
submit
you
this
the
is
bikes.
like a
They'll
All
take
right.
me.
We're on a loop
and
here.
listen, I can get 4 bikes up there. 1 in my truck and 3 in the trailer.
All right, so go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com. You'll find the links to everything there. In
To
fact,
the
in the
Moto
show
show?
notes, for our YouTube channel, check out our videos. And we've had some more sales. Another Motosexual mug went out on
nicely done.
Zazzle.com. You'll find the link there too. But most importantly, send us an email at recyclemotorcyclegarage@gmail.com. Emma, I opened up some more Ask Miss Emma spots already.
goodo.
Already, about half of them got filled within 24 hours of me opening it.
Fantastic.
So there's
how
a
many
few more
did you
spots.
open? How
I
many?
opened up 10,
Wow.
and within hours, half of them were filled.
Well, that's fantastic. I'd better monitor my... And the thing is, I want to make a couple of things clear with the Ask Miss Emma thing. Number one is I will stick with you throughout the whole of the process of getting your bike fixed. So it's not just like a one and done.
Beacon
it's
of
not
hope.
like
Yeah.
Mike's vest.
The Oracle.
The Oracle of Hope.
2 pump chump.
So if you have a problem and I give you some suggestions and it doesn't work, we'll keep with it. But the second thing is, remember, I'm very, very busy. I work from Monday to Friday. On Saturday, I, cook breakfast for the homeless people. And then on Sunday, I come here. So busy, Emma. But I promise I will get around to answering the emails as and when they come in.
So yeah, heads up, keep an eye on that email, Emma, because
Oh, I will.
we've opened up more. So if you would like to take one of those spots, you'll see the link again in the show notes to our Patreon page, or you can go to Patreon and look under Motorcycles and Misfits. Mikey, thanks for showing up. It's good to have you.
Yeah, isn't it nice? It's
Yeah.
nice to have him sitting next to me on the classic gold couch.
Yeah, it was perfect because I was with the family all day and they wanted to get rid of me. So it was like,
totally
it
understand.
worked.
Dear old dad is obsolete to requirements.
All right, I think we're ready to get out of here. Thanks, everyone. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Emma, darling.
Mikey 3 times.
Make a gym, son.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.
Cool.
Peace out.